It's time.
It's time.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Blast off.
It's time for Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner will be going. This is the payoff pitch. Let's see if Shea can get out of the inning here. The kick and deliver. Swung on it, missed it, got him. 12 strikeouts for Shea Shanneman. That one hits to left field, making the left fielder go back. Keep going back, and that thing is going to be gone. It's out of here. Holy moly, Cole Evans. 370 feet. Cole Evans got a hold of that thing. Wow. That one hit to short. Cervantes the second, back to first, and they get him. Nicely turned double play there, the old 6-4-3, and there's 2 down. Third double play tonight turned by the Busters.
Sodbuster Baseball is on the air.
All right, good evening, everybody, from Duncan Field. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein, along with you here on the pregame show for Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. North Platte Plainsman won last night's game 4-2 in 10 innings, and it was a 2-2 game until you got into the 9th. The Busters had a chance to do something. They left the runners on base, and then in the 10th, the North Platte Plainsmen put another 2 runs on the board to take a 4-2 lead, and Hastings couldn't answer back in the bottom of the inning, losing 4-2. The winning pitcher last night was Brock Hendricks, and a save went to Caleb Bunch of North Platte. Losing pitcher last night was Braden Mackey, which was kind of a shame because Braden was pitching a really good game out of the bullpen. He came in and pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned, 3 strikeouts on him. But Zizda started the game, pitched a good game, but only went 1 2/3. Trayton Scully also pitched 4 innings in the game as well, but Braden Mackey, after a good performance, took the loss. That's just the way the ball bounces last night. And speaking of the way the ball bounces, the ball didn't bounce too much with runners on base, as the Sodbusters left officially 16 runners on base last night. And, Luke Bay was not very happy about it, surprisingly not.
When you leave 16 people on base, you don't deserve to win. That's, we had a lot of guys get on base tonight, clearly. and I don't know if the moment's too big or they're trying to do too much or whatnot, but I'm going to come through here and I'm going to hit, just absolutely barrel this baseball instead of realizing that when you step in that box, you're good enough as who you are right now. You don't have to try to be anything more, and trust yourself, and that's why you trust your preparation. That's why you work as hard as you do every single day. That's why you're out here 4 hours before the game taking BP and getting right. You got to trust that the moment you step in the box, you were good enough, and anything after that is gravy. This one stinks, this little kick in the gut, but we got 21 more games left, I think, 20 games, something like that. Got a lot of baseball left to play, and that's the message that I want to send the rest of the guys. Your lasting impression is your legacy. And no one's going to remember your stats. They're going to remember how you played the game and the relationships that you made in the dugout. And so
I think it's a very, very good quote.
2.5 weeks for you to fine-tune some of those habits that we've been trying to build throughout the entire summer, give you a good foundation, go back into school.
Luke Bay.
So there we go. That was Luke Bay. And after last night's loss, he was disappointed. Obviously, we leave 16 guys on base. It's a tough pill to swallow for the Sodbusters. And they had 8 hits. I mean, they had just as many hits as North Platte, but did commit 2 errors in the field. But that really didn't contribute to much. They had a lot of guys that walked. You look at Sam Adams was on base 4 times last night. We'll talk to him in the pregame show interview here in a little bit. He had a couple walks. Actually 4 walks. He was on base 5 times last night and had a hit as well. So he says that he's really starting to see the ball a little bit better and had an interesting reason why that is. We'll get to that in the interview. Matt Lemke had 3 hits last night for him as well, scored a run. Those were the only guys that had multi-hits. You had hits from Tamia, which is to get him on the board originally. Tegan Tamia's RBI single. Then you had hits from Madsen, Larson, and Scott in the game as well. But it was just too much for the Busters to handle. The Blake Priest, who started the game for the North Platte Plainsmen, gave up the 2 runs, and that was the only runs that the Busters scored. Those were in the bottom of the 4th inning. Then Oswald came in, and they had Humphrey, Hendricks, and Bunch. Hendricks getting the win, and Bunch getting the save for the North Platte Plainsmen. We'll take a break, come back, and on the pregame, we'll talk to that Sam Adams interview. We'll play that here in just a little bit. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
I love the outdoors. I especially love to camp. There's nothing I'd rather do than pitch a tent and get back to nature. But wouldn't you know it, I married a city boy. His idea of getting back to nature is sitting at a window seat in a French restaurant. What can I do? I love the guy. And I thought there was no way I'd ever get him into the great outdoors. But then I heard about the Nebraska Lottery's Your Park Second Chance promotion. Until August 23rd, when you enter any non-winning $5 Nebraska State Park scratch ticket, you have a chance to win a 2-night stay in a gorgeous cabin at one of Nebraska's scenic state parks. These cabins are the furthest thing from a tent, so you can have all the comforts of home and still make s'mores around a campfire. You can bet I'll be entering this promotion, and I better hurry. I'm fairly certain my husband thinks s'mores are a French appetizer.
Nebraska State Park scratch ticket top prize odds are 1 in 88,000. Promotion ends August 23rd.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. You can see the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other amazing attractions and a planetarium. And visit the one and only Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum and Research Center. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Start exploring at visithastings.nebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Welcome back to the Sodbuster pregame show. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein, and Caden Kierkak with you here on the pregame show. Had a chance to catch up with Sam Adams. As I mentioned, Sam was on base a bunch last night, 4 walks and a single, so he says he's really seeing the ball well. Let's play that interview now with Sam Adams.
Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball here with Sam Adams. And Sam, last night you were on base 4 times, so getting the on-base percentage there up, but a couple hits, a couple walks. Good at bats for you last night. You seeing the ball pretty well right now?
Yeah, you know what, it's been a long summer, going through ups and downs, and I got to go home and see my family, and I think that really helped a little bit. And coming back, I worked the night before for 2 hours on seeing the ball well and everything, and then whenever the game time came, it was very simple. Just one pitch at a time, and it was good.
You threw a guy out at second base. That's always got to be a good feeling. As a catcher, I was an outfielder. I was a base stealer. I didn't like getting thrown out, so you probably love it.
Yes. Yeah, that is the most macho feeling in the world. And it's when I see that guy running for second, I take it personal, and I make sure to take care of it.
Very good. Tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, where you go to school.
I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, in a little town outside of Fort Worth, actually called Hurst. I went to Nolan Catholic High School, and just like some of our teammates, Will and Jacob Lawson, I went with them, and it was a really good experience over there.
Very cool. So where are you going to college then?
I'm going to Stephen F. Austin. I just got done with junior college ball at Western Texas College.
And major?
I'm doing business right now, and after that I'll probably go into the fire academy after baseball's over.
Oh, really? Okay, that's cool. So you want to be in the fire industry or start something business related with fire?
I'm just going to do the fire industry now and then use my business degree after that. So just have a little two-way plan. Hopefully it works out.
Any secret hidden talents or hobbies or anything like that?
I play a little bit of guitar.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm extremely good looking, other than that,
Well, that's not a hidden talent.
Yeah,
that's out in the open for everyone.
No, but guitar, I hunt and I fish. Those are my hobbies.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm pretty basic.
And then what kind of music do you like to listen to? I've gotten some weird answers on this year.
I'm a country guy.
Okay.
I'm a straight country guy through and through.
All right. Very good, man. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Sam Adams there. Sorry about the wind. I didn't realize it was blowing that hard down there. But anyways, he says one of my favorite answers there, he said, besides get to see his family and he's cleared his head and got to see the ball a little bit better, is I said hidden talents. He said guitar, and he's good looking. And I was like, well, that's not really a hidden talent. That's out in the open for everybody to see. So, yeah. Sam's a nice guy. You have to get to know him. It's funny. So that's good to see. Good to see him getting the bat going maybe a little bit. And he is not in the lineup tonight, however. So I can't jinx him after the interview. So we can't blame me. But he is not in the lineup here for tonight. Let's take a look at the lineups for the North Platte Plainsmen and their manager, J.M. Kelly. It's going to be a little bit different than last night. A.J. Lawson is at shortstop, leading things off tonight. Batting second is Drew Sturgeon. Moved down a little bit in the order. He is your center fielder. Angel De La Cruz, DH last night, first base tonight. He is batting third. Sage Mcminn, the guy's been on fire. Why not put him in the cleanup spot again? He is at third base. Lucas Johnson is behind the dish, batting fifth. Conor Higgs, your right fielder, batting sixth. Oscar Stark at second base tonight, batting seventh. Griffin Myers is the DH tonight, batting eighth. And Jalen Ruffin is in left field, batting ninth, with the pitcher tonight as Bryce Butterfield. So it's Lawson, Sturgeon, De La Cruz, Mcminn, Johnson, Higgs, Stark, Myers, and Ruffin. For the Hastings Sodbusters, this is Luke Bay's lineup for tonight. Garrett Kennedy again leads off. He is in center field. Aaron Harper on the two spot. He is playing shortstop tonight. Nick Jones behind the dish, batting third. Cam Constantine, he joined the team on the road. First home game for him here at Hastings. He is your DH tonight, batting fourth. Sawyer Duddleson is in right field, batting fifth. Matt Lemke is in left field, batting sixth. Trevor Madsen is third baseman, batting seventh. Jacob Watson is your first baseman, batting eighth. And Tegan Tamia is your second baseman, batting ninth, with J.T. Cafferty on the hill. So it's Kennedy, Harper, Jones, Constantine, Duddleson, Lemke, Matson, Watson, Tamia, and J.T. Cafferty on the hill for the Sodbusters. Steve Stein joins me here. And Steve, it's just one of those tough pills to swallow last night. 16 guys left on base. You score 2 runs. You have opportunities several times with bases loaded and just can't get the job done. That's a tough thing, and let's see if the guys can get the clutch hit tonight.
Well, the great thing about summer baseball, you flush it and move on. 24 hours later, you have to find a way to put it behind you and see what they can do today against this same North Platte team. Like I say, get all you can ask for out of your pitching staff. Just got to find a way to produce some offense. And, you can talk about the batting average, but it's doing some of the little things, too. Advancing runners with less than 2 outs, getting runners home from third with less than 2 outs that aren't even really hit-related, just putting the ball in play. How many big strikeouts did they have with a runner at third base? They didn't have, 8 strikeouts for the game, which is too many, but where they came, just killer. Every time you had a big opportunity, it seemed like somebody was striking out, and several of them striking out looking, which really is just a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, and you can't, you need to try to get the sacrifice fly to get that guy in from third, and you're getting guys popping out in the infield, and that kind of thing. So they just weren't playing the game, and nobody was really sure why. Why they weren't, just guys dropping their back shoulders, and the heads just weren't in it last night. So we'll see what happens tonight. Looking at the standings here in the Independence League for the Nebraska Land Division, Fremont still in first by a game over North Platte. Fremont is 8-3. North Platte Plainsman in second at 6-3, 1 game back. The Prospects in third, right at 500. They're 2.5. Hastings Sodbusters 3.5 now at 4-6, and the Western Nebraska Pioneers are 4-7. In the second half, and 4 games back. For the Great Plains Division, Spearfish Sasquatch leading that one. They are 8-5. And then the next team is right at 500. Everybody after that is below 500. There's the Canyon County Spuds are 1.5 games back. Badland Big Sticks are a half game back. They're both 6-6. Gem City Bison are 5-5. Game and a half back, and Casper Horsehead's 4.5 back as well. So that's a little closer than the first half of their division over there at Great Plains, as well as that thing was won early in the year, but right now that one's a little close, and our division's really close too. And Hastings really has to settle in here and start winning some ball games. And it's fascinating that both of the first half winners are not in first place this time. Western's last in the Nebraska Land Division, and Badlands second in the Great Plains Division after they won the first half. So right now, the second half winners, certainly a lot to play for, and your first half winners are not in the playoff position. So it looks like, right now anyway, that's not going to be a factor, because if the same team wins the first and second half, you'd go by overall win percentage. And right now, this North Platte team, best team in the league. They have the best win percentage between the first and second half. So the Sodbusters playing the hottest team, maybe the best team, and see if they can find a way to pull out a win today. Well, and you mentioned it last night too. You felt bad for guys like Braden Mackey, because he came in and pitched a good game. He just got the loss. That's the way it goes. He gave up 2 runs. Zizda didn't pitch bad at all for coming back from Tommy John, and even Trayton Scully came out the bullpen, did awesome. After just an inning and 2/3 from Zizda, which was planned. But, the pitching did good. But like Luke Bay said, you didn't get the hitting to follow up, and that's happened several times this year.
And this Sodbuster team, bottom in the league in terms of batting percentage, and a part of it is playing at Duncan Field. But like I say, situational hitting, probably the biggest disappointment in the game yesterday. But a chance to bounce back today, and we'll see how it goes as the Sodbusters and the Plainsmen square off in the second game of this 3-game series.
All right, pregame show rolls on. First pitch coming up as well. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your wave. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors. Get the latest in news, sports, and local interest stories with the Hastings Tribune. The Tribune's award-winning staff provides you with the best in local content, from the news you need to amazing photographic moments to the latest in Sodbuster baseball news. Check out the classifieds, browse the business directory, and more. The Hastings Tribune, always a good read. Pick up the latest issue or subscribe today. Both print and e-editions are available. HastingsTribune.com. The Hastings Tribune, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Hey, Jen, thanks for letting me spend the night at your apartment so I can catch my early flight tomorrow.
No problem. I've got you all set up in the guest bedroom.
I didn't know you lived so far downtown.
Oh, yeah. I like to be where the action is. Hope you sleep well.
What was that?
Oh, that's just Mr. Farron upstairs. He always lifts weights around 11 p.m. You get used to it.
And that?
It's the Polka Club across the street. I find the music soothing, don't you?
If you'd like to spend some time where the action is not so loud, enter the Nebraska Lottery's Your Park's Second Chance promotion. Until August 23rd, enter any non-winning $5 Nebraska State Park scratch ticket for a chance to win a 2-night stay in a gorgeous cabin at one of our scenic and very quiet state parks.
Dance with me, my darling. I'll wear my lederhosen around the fire McNugget.
Jen?
Mr. Farron likes to sing, too.
Scratch ticket top prize odds 1 in 88,000.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Welcome back to Sodbuster pregame show. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein along with you here from Duncan Field. It's a warm night here at Duncan. Last night was a perfect night for baseball, but you look at tonight and it's a little bit warmer. Your National Weather Service forecast has us right now 93 degrees, 13-mile-an-hour winds out of the south, humidity at 31%. So it makes it a little sticky there. Chance of some thunderstorms a little bit overnight tonight, and pretty good chance tomorrow and tomorrow night into the weekend as well. So right now it's just going to be a little bit humid, flags blowing out there, and pretty much straight in from center field. The weather really didn't affect anything last night at all. In fact, it was almost no wind whatsoever. The guys muscled one out, and they almost had a home run. There was one of the North Platte guys hit it off the scoreboard in right field up by the out zero, which would have been out of here anywhere else.
Yeah, they had the two hardest hit balls yesterday. Did the North Platte Plainsman as Mcminn pounded one off the scoreboard for a triple. They had another single that probably would have been out of any other park in the league. That one hopped the wall out in the right field at 367, and the Sodbusters held them to a single. So it'll be interesting to see what happens today. And Hastings trying to find a way against this North Platte team to even up the series. Really need to start winning series, especially playing North Platte and Fremont over the next couple of weeks. Those are two teams in front of you here in the Nebraska Land Division. Yeah, Busters play one more time here against North Platte tomorrow for a total of 7 games in a row, 4 there, 3 here. And then they do hit the road for Fremont Friday, Saturday, Sunday, off Monday, back here for Fremont for 3 more, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then North Platte again on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th here
And then the last home game of the year for regular season will be on the 29th against Fremont. So Busters don't have too many games left, and not a whole lot of chances to move up in the rankings. So every game's really, really going to count.
Yeah, almost every game is either against Fremont or North Platte, so you got to find a way to have some success. The only other team they'll play is the Gem City Bison on the road out there on the 26th, 27th, and 28th. There was an update of the schedule, so they're going to have a really cool ending of the regular season. They'll play Fremont at home on the 29th. Then on the 30th, they're going to go to Fremont, play a 12:05 game, come back, and play a 7:05 game here. So it'll be a split location doubleheader with one game in Fremont and one game in Grand Island. That will complete the makeup games in Fremont that they lost at the beginning of the season. So they've ended up playing a doubleheader earlier, and so that's going to be kind of a fascinating. And did you see? I'm not sure if it's on our video feed right now, but the guy exchanging lineups down there, did you see who that is?
Yeah, it looks like the guy from Super Pro All-Star. What's the name of the movie?
Yeah. And,
is it Will Ferrell? Is he down there?
It's Scott Galusha as Will Ferrell, and pretty fun.
Dressed as your favorite athlete night. I don't know if that counts as a real athlete, but
yeah, but
I'm surprised he didn't do Bobby, what's his name, from Talladega Nights.
Oh, okay, yeah, yep.
Ricky Bobby. Because that was my favorite sports movie with Will Ferrell in it.
Yep.
But anyways, no, that works. Semi-Pro, that was the name of it. I've been trying to think of it all pregame. Semi-Pro was the name of that movie. So.
But yeah, Scott Galusha is he's a character. It's fun. And like I say, nobody enjoys this more than Scott Galusha. Nobody it kills him more in terms of losing games, but he still finds a way to have fun.
Well, I was looking at the Facebook page to see what the theme is, because there's a theme throughout this whole series. Last time we had Disney, tonight's your favorite athlete, and I checked it about 1 o'clock and there was nothing on there. So then I check it again about 3, and they say, okay, dress as your favorite athlete night. So I think Scott went through his closet. What can I do for a theme tonight?
Yep.
Hey, I have this semi-pro outfit that I never wear. And maybe he does.
Yeah, I sure hope he does.
Normally, I wouldn't think he would, but he might. Anyways, and decided to go that route. So. First pitch getting thrown out here by one of the Donovan Little Leaguers that are here tonight. The team, I was talking to the coach, said they had kind of a tough year. About 6 and 9 was their record, but they're 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and they have a good time playing the game. And he said that's what it's all about. He knows he was on losing teams. I was on losing teams when I was a kid. I played on teams that we only won 2 games a year or 3. So that's what it's about. You got to love the game, and at this age, it takes a special guy to coach kids that age. So all the power to Donovan coach.
Let's go to our public address announcer, Brian Frew, with the introduction of our national anthem.
2022 Hastings Sodbusters. One Great Nutrition is located just down the street on the corner of A and Burlington. Open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Stop in and see what they can do for you. Tonight, our anthem will be performed by Jordan Head.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Jordan Head with our national anthem in advance of today's game between the Hastings Sodbusters and the North Platte Plainsmen, as Hastings has slipped below 500 on the year, now 18 and 19. North Platte comes in at 23 and 13, the best overall record, second half standing. Sodbusters 4 and 6, North Platte 6 and 3. But it's say these head-to-head matchups, basically 2-game swings, and Hastings very easily could have won each of the last 3 games against the Plainsmen. If all of them go Hastings' way, you have just a totally different feel to this, but instead 3 in a row the other way, And right now, the Sodbusters trying to find a win. An important start here for J.T. Cafferty as he looks to right the ship for the Hastings Sodbusters. And Hastings trying to battle back and earn a split of this series so far.
Take a look at JT's numbers for the year. He's 0-4, 5.01 ERA. This is his 7th game. He has started 5, pitched 23 and a third inning, struck out 12, walked 8, allowed 32 hits. Of course, one of the local guys here from Hastings goes to Arkansas Tech. Switched colleges last year, started Arkansas Tech. This past year was his first year there, and they converted him from a pitcher. He's played pretty much everywhere else in the field, but JT is now a pitcher. His defense behind him tonight over at first base. For the Hastings Sodbusters, you have Jacob Watson. At second base is Tegan Tamia. At shortstop is Aaron Harper. And third base is Trevor Matson. Outfield from left to right is Matt Lemke, Garrett Kennedy, and Sawyer Duddleston, with the catcher tonight as Nick Jones. So that is your lineup. Busters wearing their gold jerseys tonight with the green numbers, white pants, green pinstripes, green hats, and the green socks. And this doesn't get confusing. There's a lot of green on the field here. North Platte wearing their green uniforms with the gray numbers, gray pants, and the green socks. Luckily, they're different shades of green, I guess. That's kind of the way to say it.
Yeah, I guess what the Sodbusters, maybe more of a forest green?
Yeah, like an evergreen or something I was leaning
yeah.
towards, yeah.
I thought the greens are very similar. I'm just glad North Platte doesn't have any gold or yellow in their uniforms.
It'd be confusing. I do like the green, though. That's cool. That's not bad. So A.J. Lawson comes up. He will lead off tonight. Lawson last night was not batting in the lead-up spot. Sturgeon was. They moved him down one spot. Lawson on the game last night was 1 of 2. Excuse me, he was 0 for 2 in the game. Did score a run. J.T. Cafferty set and run away here at Duncan Field. First pitch in there for a strike. Happy to have you along. Josh Damon, Steve Stein on your broadcast here tonight. Busters could use this one. They went on the road over the weekend, fouled back, and played North Platte 4 games in 3 days. Won the first 2, lost the second 2, and then lost last night to North Platte. So they've lost 3 in a row to the Plainsman. So it is a 1-ball, 2-strike count here to J.T. Cafferty, and that one a little low. Goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cafferty pitching in front of the hometown crowd. I'm sure his folks are around here somewhere. That one fouled off first base side again. A lot of pitches here in this at-bat for A.J. Lawson. Lawson, Sturgeon, and De La Cruz is the lineup tonight for North Platte Plainsman. Keep you updated on some of the other games going on in the area tonight, or in the league, I should say. That one, chopper to second. Tegan Tamia up with it. Over to first. Easy 1 down here in the first.
And the disappointing aspect of it, he mentioned 3 in a row to North Platte. Every one of the games was tied in the 8th inning. So that just gives you a little more frustration, the fact that you think you could have won one of them. Heck, you could have won all 3 if you want to get greedy, but to win none of them really just sticks in your craw.
Yeah, it was 3-0. They lost 1, 6-5. I think they lost 1, and then last night 4-2. So that's the way it goes. Drew Sturgeon, center fielder, comes up. Fouled straight back, strike 1.
And last night, particularly painful for the home fans. Bases loaded, 3-0 on a hitter, and could not get that ball 4 to win the game.
And Sturgeon has a 1-ball, 1-strike count. 0 for 5 last night in the game as the leadoff hitter, so moved down to the second spot tonight, batting 182 on the season. J.T. Cafferty kicks and delivers. That one hit to right center field and hit pretty well. Outfielder was playing shallow. They're going to have to run back and make it. And making the catch out there is that Sawyer Duddleston. Wow. He came up with that ball. He was way shallow. Are you kidding me?
The other outfielder for the Hastings
Holy moly.
Sodbusters, flashing the leather and flashing the speed. And here's a guy who plays center field at Arkansas Tech, so he knows what it's all about, and ran that one down in the right center field gap with his second out. The outfield continues to be a highlight for this Hastings Sodbuster team during the course of the year. Yeah,
and they had 2 errors last night, but there were some good plays around the field as well for the Busters, besides just a couple of mental mistakes on the errors. First pitch there to De La Cruz is a ball. But yeah, he was playing really shallow. Duddleston, pretty much where he's standing right now, had a long ways to go to get that one. De La Cruz gets underneath it, deep to center. Out there in center field to make the catch is Garrett Kennedy, and North Platte goes 1-2-3 here in the first. Good inning for J.T. Cafferty. So at the end of a half inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. There is no score. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Nebraska Realty is a homegrown company that is deeply invested in the communities it serves. They are the largest independent real estate brokerage in the state with over 950 agents serving communities all across Nebraska. Nebraska Realty operates on the same principles and values as the people of this state: honesty, hard work, community, and people. They recently opened an office in Hastings and are excited to be part of the community and do their part in helping it thrive. See what Nebraska Realty can do for you at nebraskarealty.com.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Baseball. JT Cafferty went 1-2-3 right through the North Platte Plainsman in the first, and Busters see what they can do here in the bottom of the first if they can get a number up on the board. They didn't score till the fourth inning yesterday. So the pitcher tonight for the North Platte Plainsman is Bryce Butterfield. Had to go a long way to find this guy. He's from North Platte. Goes to Western Tech Junior College in Wisconsin. Pitching stats for him, he's 2-1 with a 4.82 ERA. This is his ninth game. He has started 3, 1 save on the season. He's pitched 18 2/3, struck out his 18 batters, walked 6, and gave up 24 hits. He last pitched on July 1st at the Pioneers and got the win in that one. So defense here for North Platte Pioneers. You have at first base tonight is De La Cruz, Stark at second, Lawson at shortstop, and Mcminn at third. Your outfield from left to right goes Ruffin, Sturgeon, and Higgs. With the catcher tonight, Lucas Johnson, and of course Bryce Butterfield on the hill. So Butterfield, got a tall, skinny guy out there. They have him listed as 6 foot 165. I believe that. Kind of a lanky kid. Garrett Kennedy will be up. It'll be Kennedy, Aaron Harper, and Nick Jones for the Sodbusters here in the first inning. Winds at 13 miles an hour, 30% humidity in this game. So a little sticky, a lot different field than last night's game. Pitch coming up here from Butterfield is swung on and missed by Garrett Kennedy. Garrett kind of a rough night at the office last night for him. He was batting the leadoff spot, but he's 0 for 5, 2 strikeouts and a walk. Batting average sitting at 333 for Garrett Kennedy. And again, swings at the off-speed pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. Almost looks like a cutter. Bryce Butterfield working quickly. He has a blue glove. Green outfit. Got some good moss under the hat there. Here's the pitch. Not as good as the wig that Scott Galusha is wearing. And strike 3 rung him up that one. Had him all kinds of confused, Garrett Kennedy. And 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Yeah, I still think Scott Galusha's moss tonight with the wig is better. It's good stuff. And we'll talk to him about that maybe later. Aaron Harper, shortstop, comes up. We saw Aaron come in and pinch hit last night and struck out. Getting the start tonight at shortstop. Aaron Harper for the Busters, currently batting. He is at .310 on the season. Been a great player for the Busters here this year. 1 ball, no strikes to Aaron Harper. So, Steve, did you get the memo that you wore yellow and they're wearing yellow, or does it just work out that way?
That's the way it works out. I've got 2 shirts. I've got my Sodbuster shirts rotate between the green and the yellow, and it's yellow day to day.
Ball and a strike to Aaron Harper. I didn't wear either. I wore gray, so dark gray too. But
Way to support the Plainsman. Looking good, buddy.
All right, well, they're wearing green, so it'll be okay. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, no score. Bottom of the first. Breaking ball didn't really break there. 2 balls and a strike here to Aaron Harper. Outfield playing deep and left, a little more shallow in center, and very shallow in right is Higgs. Not expecting Harper to go the opposite way. Out infield back. And that one called inside for a strike. Inside strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Harper had a multi-hit game in the first game of the series in North Platte. Had a couple of runs scored as the Sodbusters won that game 5-4.
Pitch coming up here from Butterfield. And that one misses. Good. That's a tough one to lay off of.
Ooh. Yep, tough take.
So Bryce Butterfield. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. No score. Bottom 1. Pitch on the way here from Butterfield. Harper fouls that one on the first base side, and it is slicing out of play. Watch over by the concession stand. There's people carrying their snacks. You don't want to drop the nachos. That is a party foul.
Harper's most recent 3-hit game coming at Casper back on July 3rd. He went 3 for 5 in that one. Of course, everybody was hitting in that one. It's amazing how quickly things turned around. They put 19 on the board that day.
So here's the 3-2 once again to Aaron Harper from Bryce Butterfield. The breaking ball stays up there. He can't get the motion on that he wants, and there's a walk. Busters did draw a lot of walks last night.
And you heard Luke Bay talk about it. Sometimes a walk is almost better than a hit in terms of working the pitch count, particularly in the midst of a long stand for both of these teams. You would think pitch innings are at a premium, and if you can push the pitch count, maybe you can get into the bullpen and have a chance to do some damage.
Catcher Nick Jones steps in. Busters at the plate walked 9 times last night. On the mound, surrendered 1. Just 1 walk. So here is the pitch. Aaron Harper runs well, leads off of first base, and check swing. They appeal. No swing on that one. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out here, bottom of the first. No score underway. Game number 2 in this homestand. Game number 6, if you will, with the North Platte Plainsmen in the series. 4 there, 3 here is the plan. This is 2 here. Aaron Harper goes. I like the aggressiveness. Fouled off there. He'll have to go back. Nothing but calisthenics. A ball on the strike to Nick Jones.
Yep, love it from Chris Ceballos, putting a runner in motion, doing something to ignite this offense. How about a little hit and run action? Love to find a way to get some early offense.
Yeah, you might as well try it. There's nothing on the board right now anyway. See what you can do against catcher Lucas Johnson for North Platte. So pitch coming up here again. It is a 1 ball, 1 strike now to Nick Jones. Aaron Harper on first. Leads off. Does go again. Pitch taken all the way. It's a throw down. That's a pretty good one, and he is going to be out. That was a really good throw. I think they knew that he was going to go. He went last time. I thought, okay, they're not going to send him now to wait 1 more pitch. But they didn't, and they sent him, and he got caught stealing.
Yep, heck of a job there for Lucas Johnson, and a pretty good pitch to handle for the catcher, and just bad luck for the Sodbusters. So now 2 outs in the inning.
2-1 is the count, and we'll make that 3-1 now to Nick Jones. So, I like it, though. I mean, you got to try to do something, try to make something happen, just get that little spark in this offense. Didn't work, but, I would say that's the way it goes. 3-1 now, and strike 2 on the outside corner. So Garrett Kennedy struck out looking on 3 straight pitches. Aaron Harper walked. Just got caught stealing a moment ago. Nick Jones down the count 3-2. 2 outs. Bottom of the first, no score. Here's the pitch from Butterfield. That one inside out swing to left field. Nice piece of hitting there by Nick Jones. Just took the pitch and smacked it the opposite way. Good job, and with 2 outs single there for Nick Jones.
And you really feel bad about the caught stealing now. Sodbusters would likely have first and second, only 1 out. But actually, if the steal's successful, they may score right there. But as it stands, going to still have to work here to score in the first.
Cam Constantine comes up. We haven't seen him here at Duncan Field. He joined the team on the road, kind of coming back from a little injury. But he has played in 4 games, batting .273. I think he's, what'd you say, first baseman catcher?
Yep, and at the University of Texas, so pretty high pedigree for this young man, and great to see him in Sodbuster Gold, a communications and leadership major. Played in 8 games for the Longhorns in the spring, and see how it goes for him, and great to have him officially a catcher. I think I told you first baseman, but a catcher outfielder, I guess, is what he's listed for as the Longhorns.
That's an interesting combination. You don't see too many of those, catcher outfielders. Speaking of catcher, Nick Jones leads off of first. They threw over a moment ago. And here is the 0-1 pitch to Constantine. Cam takes it up high and inside, a ball and a strike.
And that's why he's listed as a utility player for the Sodbusters, because you don't know where to put him. Because, he could play a lot of different spots. And with his injury, he probably is just going to be DHing for the time being, and maybe during the rest of this summer here for the Sodbusters, at least getting some swings.
Yeah, there you go. He can work on his craft that way. The 1-1, and that one's low. Nick Jones doesn't go. Nice stop by the catcher, Lucas. It's 2 balls and a strike now. So Busters with 1 on here in the bottom of the first. Still no score. 2 out single from Nick Jones. He's on first base. Blake Butterfield trying to get through the first inning here. Pitch number 20 coming up right now. Throw over to first, and Nick Jones goes diving back. Not a big stolen base threat, and they're paying a lot of attention to him over there at first. Jones has stolen no bases this year. So they think that the Hastings Sodbusters are going to be run happy. Well, it didn't work on the last runner. Nick Jones is not quite as fast, so they probably won't send him with 2 outs. Here is the 2-1 pitch coming up from Butterfield, the 20th pitch of the inning. Swung on and missed up high on that one. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He went after ball 3 on that one, and early returns not too bad for Constantine. Playing in 4 games, has hits in 3 of those. Did have a 2 RBI performance in his Sodbuster debut at North Platte in the 5-4 win over the Plainsman back on the 9th.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on here. Bottom 1, no score for the Sodbusters. Cam Constantine at the plate. Bryce Butterfield comes set. That one deep to left. Left fielder going to run in, and it's going to fall in front of him. He lost it in the sun. The sun here is very tough if you're not used to it, and there's some nice little job there by Constantine to get the runner into scoring position.
Really good piece of hitting. We mentioned the fact that he went after ball 3 on the previous pitch. That time went down in the zone, didn't try to do too much with it, just kind of golfed it over the shortstop's head. Sodbusters have 3 straight reach, but after the caught stealing, still going to need a hit here, first and second, and 2 outs for Sawyer Duddleston.
Yeah, and that was the kind of hit they needed last night when they had guys on base. Just a little dinker, a little something in the outfields for Duddleston. We didn't see Sawyer in last night's game. Had a great catch earlier in the game out there in right field. He was playing shallow, ran back on the ball, an unbelievable catch in right center field. Pitch to him is called inside strike. So 2 on here for the Busters. 2-out rally perhaps going for Hastings against Bryce Butterfield. Pitch count get up there just a little bit on him. This is 21 right. Excuse me, it's 22 right now. The ball's 1 strike, 2 out, 2 on. Foul back there, just a little late on it. Sawyer Duddleston. Hard time catching up with the fastball. Nick Jones stands on second. Cam Constantine stands on first, both via the single. Now think of the stolen base. The runner getting thrown out at stolen. Definitely would have scored a run. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You can look back on it. Aaron Harper, I'm talking about, got caught stealing second base earlier for the second out.
And I still like it. I mean, that's,
yeah, I would still send him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That one hit the third base. It's a hot shot. Mcminn over to first, and did they get him? Oh, they call him safe. Wow, that was a really good play by Mcminn. That was a tough hop on the turf and made a crazy good throw, but beating it out over there was Sawyer Duddleston, who runs pretty well.
Yeah, it's about as good as it gets for Mcminn. I mean, if that ball gets through, Sodbusters score a run, so it's still going to take another hit for them to get it. They have 4 straight reach here in the inning, and this has just been the theme of the last few games. You get 4 base runners in a row reach, and you still haven't scored a run.
And maybe that'll change right here with Matt Lemke. So Matt Lemke, had a chance to visit with him before the game. We'll play that interview tomorrow. First time I've talked to him. Infielder, outfielder. Chance to get some RBIs here for the Busters. High chopper down third base line. That is going to be foul. We saw him beginning of the year. Just played about a week, I think, for Hastings. Pulled a hamstring running to first base. Was out. Went home to Overland Park, Kansas. Did a little bit of PT there, and then they called and said, hey, we're going to need some bats. And he says, I'll be on my way. Got in his car and came back.
Yeah, very neat, because you figured with his situation getting ready to go for college that he wouldn't want to risk it, and he wanted to get some extra bats, and so good chance, a win-win for everybody.
One is Sawyer Duddleston, swung on and missed on that one, and good movement there on that fastball. He's got kind of a tailing fastball. He's got 2 different fastballs he throws. That one's like a tailing fastball. 0-2 here to Sawyer Duddleston.
Sodbusters losing Dallin Quigley in the outfield and losing Brett Zimmerman in the infield, and Lemke can play either of those spots for the Sodbusters.
0-2 pitch coming up. Bases loaded, and screamer down the third base line is foul. So Nick Jones on third, Cam Constantine on second, Sawyer Duddleston on first, all via the single. As you mentioned, Aaron Harper had a walk before that. Caught stealing at second, so yeah, 4 guys have reached consistently. Busters really need to get a run in this. We talked about less 16 on base last night. You don't want to start that here again. I think it was 3 different innings where they left 3 runners on, if I remember right. The 0-2 coming up here to Matt Lemke is up high for a ball. That one could have gone either way.
Take it. We'll take it.
Trevor Matson next if he can reach. Matt Lemke trying to up his batting average here a little bit. Get some. He said he wants to get used to college pitching and just work on his hitting and his discipline. So that's a good chance for him to do that right here. 161 officially is his batting average. And Butterfield swings it by him and gets the changeup to swing and miss, and Busters leave another 3 on base a la last night. So At the end of 1, there is no score. There was no hits. There's going to be no runs on 3 hits and 3 left on base for Hastings. This is Sodbuster Baseball, second inning.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your wave. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. Busters had a chance to do something in the bottom of the first, left 3 on base. Back out here to second inning work. J.T. Cafferty, Steve, he looked real good in the first inning, went right through him. Ground out, fly out, and you can't ask more than that in the first inning.
10 pitches thrown, too, really maximizing his number of pitches thrown. Contrast that with Bryce Butterfield, who had to labor through 30 pitches but still put a 0 on the board. Sodbusters strand 3 after stranding 17 yesterday in that 4-2 10-inning loss to the Plainsman.
And he had 16, so I put 16. That's what at least when I printed off this morning, it was 16. So
that's weird. Yeah, because I got the same box as you did. So
yeah,
I think they must have added that 17th because technically Burrows in the 10th inning ended up
yeah,
being
that's what I thought too.
As well. Yep,
he should count.
Yep.
Pitch misses away ball here. We have it's Mcminn, Johnson, and Higgs. This guy Mcminn is a very Mcminn is a very tough hitter. Sage Mcminn from Missouri Baptist College. Hails from Montana. Guy is batting .308 on the season. I think that isn't he batting higher? I thought he was batting higher than that. That one hit to right field. Tegan Tamiya cannot come up with it. So Mcminn batting, .308. I was right. And he is on with the leadoff hit. So the first hit for North Platte is via the third baseman. So Sage Mcminn is up. Lucas Johnson is on. Excuse me, Lucas Johnson is up. The catcher, we saw Lucas come in late in the substitution defensively last night in the game for North Platte. He officially didn't have an at-bat. First pitch swinging on that one. That one hit a ton to center field, but it's hanging up there. Underneath it is Garrett Kennedy. No chance for the runner to advance, and that's a quick out.
Wind almost straight away center field, and J.T. Cafferty knows that. Put the ball over the plate, make him hit it, and Johnson right into the teeth of that wind. A solid shot, but it's a line out to center, and 1 on, 1 out now.
J.T. Cafferty's played a ton of games on this field over his high school career, so he knows what the conditions can do. And as a pitcher, you can use that to your advantage. Conor Higgs comes up. Higgs in right field tonight. Batting .529, Conor Higgs. That one hit to Harper, who boots it over to Tegan Tamiya, and it rolls away. So that's going to be an interesting ruling. Lucky even got a glove on it, first of all. So then he tried to kick it over to Tegan over at second. I'm not sure how they're going to rule that one.
It's got to be a hit. I mean, he dove for it to try to get a.
I don't think he had
just to try to get a piece of it, and really bad luck for the Sodbusters as if he is able to just to knock it down, Tamiya may be able to grab it and step on the bag, and with it deflecting away, Mcminn great base running as he saw it happen in front of him, and he ends up over at third base. So first and third, only 1 out, and a chance for North Platte to take the early lead.
Oscar Stark comes up. Oscar playing second base tonight. Runner's on the corners here for North Platte. Runner bluffs like he's going. That one pops straight up in the infield. Who's going to get it? Harper calling everybody off, making the catch over by second base with Tegan Tamiya covering the bag, and quickly 2 down.
So big pitch there for J.T. Cafferty. Again, maximizing the pitches. This North Platte team up there swinging, and I've seen a lot of first pitch swinging, and now you've got 2 on and 2 out. That's a large out with a runner at third and less than 2 outs.
Yeah, very economical first inning, as you mentioned, 10 pitches. So J.T. working good here. He'll take pop-outs and fly-outs all day long. Brings up Griffin Myers, the DH tonight. And Myers is batting .239 on the season. First pitch to him is a ball.
I mean, to put it in perspective, that was the 6th pitch of the inning, and this is the 5th batter he's faced.
Very economic. 1 ball, no strike. Runners on the corner here. No score. Top 2. JT checks his runners. That one over the outside corner, and just missed.
Yeah, it's like the old softball. Did you ever play 3-2 softball, where you go up there with a 3-2 count? So you're gonna get 1 pitch to hit.
Oh no, I've never played that.
It's kind of what this inning felt like for North Platte, but now a third pitch to the same batter.
That one right back up the middle, almost off Cafferty. I played 1-1 softball, where you get a 1 ball, 1 strike count. And into center field, so the first run of the night is scored by North Platte via the bat of Griffin Myers. And runner now on first and second, 1-0 North Platte.
Opportunities. And North Platte takes advantage of theirs. Hastings does not, and they have the early lead here in the second.
So Jalen Ruffin comes up. Ruffin, the left fielder, batting .246 on the season, was 1 of 4 last night in the game. Excuse me, 2 of 4. Didn't have an RBI. First pitch in there for a strike. So JT Cafferty, he's trying to get the third out here. He got a single, fly out, single, pop out, single. 1-0 North Platte. 2 outs, 2 on here. Top 2. That one over the missed on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. So you have Conor Higgs at second base. Griffin Myers over at first for North Platte. 9th place hitter here is Jalen Ruffin. Cafferty's pitch hit into left field. That's just going to be another single. They're going to wave him around. Having a hard time grabbing the ball in left field is Lemke and getting it in. So another run scored here by North Platte. He double clutched it. I don't know if he would have been able to throw him out anyways. Higgs runs pretty well.
2 2-out RBI hits for North Platte, and they jump on top as coming through in the clutch, Myers and Ruffin from the 8 and 9 spots in the batting order.
Yeah, he goes right through the top 3 guys last inning. And then Mcminn gives up a hit. Conor Higgs gets a hit, which he hits off everybody. And then the 8-9 guys get singles and RBIs. So back to top of the order, and A.J. Lawson. Lawson played second base last night. Shortstop tonight. And it is a 1-0 count to Lawson. So this is where sometimes the Sodbuster pitchers let themselves think about it too much. You just got to focus on this guy and get him out. Try to induce one of those pop flies, one of those ground ball outs. North Platte just placing the ball all over the field here in this inning. 2-0. Pitch on the way here from Cafferty. That one hit to center field. Should be an easy out, and it was. North Platte did like they did last night, put 2 runs on in the second inning, but they do leave 2 runners on base. So 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 left on base. Our score is 2-0. Bottom of the second coming up. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
The Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. See the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum along with many other exhibits and a planetarium. Enjoy the historic housing district, strolling through downtown parks, and beautiful shops. Whether you're visiting or you live here, the Adams County Visitors Bureau will help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau at visithastingsnebraska.com.
North Platte able to put 2 runs on the board in the top of the second, just like they did last night. 4 hits in the inning, but they did leave a couple guys, and Buster's looking to come back and see if they can put a crooked number up on the board here. In the bottom of the second, it'll be Lemke, Madsen, and Watson.
Just a number besides 0. I don't care about a crooked number. Just, gosh darn, find a way to get some offense. It's just been such a grind over the last few days for this Hastings Sodbuster team, and such frustration, and it continues with that first inning as the Sodbusters get a walk and 3 singles and cannot score.
It's been that kind of series, really. They're looking to snap that somehow. So, leading off here is Trevor Matson. And winds out to the shortstop.
But that sounded like it was going to be really good off the bat, but it just kind of died a slow death and a relatively easy play for A.J. Lawson. So the first pitch of this second inning, that's just what Bryce Butterfield needed after he threw 30 pitches in that first.
So Madsen lines out to the shortstop, and then Jacob Watson is up now. We saw Wood over at shortstop last night, and an unbelievable play he made at shortstop. Very good hands, but pretty good Lawson over there as well. So here's the pitch to Jacob Watson, who's getting the start at first base. Watson, one of those guys that can do a couple different things. He pitches as well from Arlington, Texas. And look at Watson for ERA on the team. It's funny, he leads the team. He's second in the league with ERA with a 2.32. Here he is batting right now. Very talented guy. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Batting .240 on the year. Why not give him a shot? Gets a spot start at first every once in a while. Has scored a run this year, and he's knocked in 6 when he's been given the opportunity.
Butterfield's pitch is outside for 2 balls and a strike. So, 1 out here in the second, 2-0 North Platte. Buster's just trying to get 1 on the board, get something on the board to get some kind of momentum going as the pitch is up high, 3-1. When Butterfield has located his pitches, he's been very effective. He's gotten a little wild here in this inning. He had a very good changeup last inning. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch on the way from Bryce Butterfield, and it's ball 4. Second walk he's given up in the game.
Same format as last inning, had an early out and then a 1-out walk. We'll see if the Sodbusters can cash this opportunity, trailing 2-0 in the second.
Jacob Watson, not a big stolen base threat over there, but you just want to try to get some runs on at this point, so probably won't be going. Tegan Tamiya comes up. Tegan had the RBI last night to get Busters on the board in the 4th. So Watson leading off over at first base via the walk. Tegan swings and misses. Strike 1. Tamiya batting for the Sodbusters this season right now. In fact, he's batting .280. So number was up around 3 for quite a while. Still nothing wrong with .280 in this league. He's kind of a streaky guy. He'll get a couple hits, and then he'll go a couple games without. Big lead over at first for Jacob Watson as he goes running back. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're having a little bit of a technical issue on our camera side, and so we won't be able to switch camera views most of the game tonight, and we'll just have to keep you updated of our scores as well, but we do have the wide camera angle, and we're going to go with that, so please bear with us. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, runner on first base. Taking Tamiya down third base line. That is foul. So now it goes to 1-2. Butterfield got Trevor Matson to line out to the shortstop to begin the inning. He walked Watson, and now with 1 out, Tegan Tamiya is down the count 1-2. Tegan from Hawaii. Hilo, Hawaii. What do you think of this humidity? I should ask him that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the breaking ball. He really hasn't got that to work tonight, Butterfield. Stayed up every time, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. It's dressed as your favorite athlete night, and I've seen 2 people dressed as athletes. I don't really have my favorite athlete shirt. I have my favorite team. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch on the way to Tegan Tamiya is inside for ball 3.
Tony Gwynn?
I don't have a Gwynn shirt, though.
But, I mean, that would be your favorite
Oh,
athlete.
definitely, yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. I have a jersey with my name on the back. I don't want to be that guy. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
You're your own favorite athlete, huh?
Yeah, well, if you saw me play, you wouldn't be my favorite. I wouldn't be your favorite anything. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner should be going on this one. Watson, we'll see if he does with 1 out. Doesn't. That one fly to center field. Barely even having to move out there is Sturgeon. And there is 2 outs. So, Tegan Tamiya not able to get the guy to second. And that's kind of what you talked about in the pregame, Steve. You just can't get the fundamental hitting, that the basics to get that guy over. If you would have hit that to left field, perhaps, a little closer to the line. Right field definitely wouldn't have got him over. Back to the top of the order, Garrett Kennedy comes up. Kennedy struck out his first time up.
Just not hitting line drives. I mean, that's, just getting under way too many balls here in the first 2 games of this series.
Butterfield's pitch on the way, and it does get the courtesy call on that one for the strike. Looked a little high and outside, but got it. Busters with 3 hits, but no runs. 2-0 is our score. North Platte scored 2 in the top of the inning with 4 hits. Busters left 3 on base last inning. 2 outs, trying to get something going. That's what they started last inning, I should say, with 2 outs. That one fouled off, and down the count 0-2 is Garrett Kennedy. Should he reach, Aaron Harper would be up next. Watson, over at first base, it seems like a while. Butterfield is getting the pitches up there just a little bit here in the game. He get you his number here on the pitches just a second. 43, I think I have him at. The second inning, so that's pretty high. Watson leads off at first. Here is the 0-2 to Garrett Kennedy. Swung on and missed. Got him on that pitch last time. Got him on the same pitch this time. Last time he was looking, though. So 3 strikeouts in the game for Butterfield. Busters leave another one on base and nothing doing there in the second. At the end of 2, it is 2-0 North Platte. Third inning coming up from Duncan Field.
We need a new cheer for the Nebraska Lottery and Lottery. You ain't got no alibi. Hold it. Let me finish. The Nebraska Lottery has a new promotion called Lucky for Life Ticket Snap, and
Lucky for Life Ticket Snap? Stomp your feet. Let's hear you clap. Yeah!
still not done.
Sorry.
If you purchase a Lucky for Life ticket by July 26th, you can enter the voucher number for a chance to win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets.
Say what?
Yep. Skybox season tickets, regular season tickets, single game tickets, or a weekend football experience. Got it?
Got it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Nebraska Lottery. So much fun. Enter the Ticket Snap promotion. Skybox tickets to Nebraska games. Enter to see if they draw your name. Break it down. Lottery fever.
Lucky for Life. Top prize odds 1 in 30 million.
2-0 top of the third inning, and North Platte comes up here, and Steve Stein will have you as the North Platte goes back to the top of the order.
As J.T. Cafferty has been very economical with his pitches. He's thrown only 25 pitches, however. He has given up 2 runs on 4 hits, set him down 1-2-3 in inning number 1, but then allowed 7 to reach the plate in the second. 4 of those guys getting hits. 2 big 2-out singles for Griffin Myers and Jalen Ruffin plated hits, and it will be the number 2 hitter, Drew Sturgeon, to lead things off here in inning number 3, as the pitch is crushed but foul down the right field line. No balls, 1 strike, as the center fielder Drew Sturgeon, playing in his 7th game of the year for North Platte, one of the late arrivals to the team. As you're going to see guys come and go, and much like Cam Constantine for the Hastings Sodbusters, you get new guys having to fill roles as other guys have to go back and report for their college fall camps already. Much like Dallin Quigley for the Hastings Sodbusters, who went up to North Dakota State. 1-1 pitch, fouled straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Drew Sturgeon, who flew out to right field his first time up.
That scared a little leaguer walking by. He came real close to his head with the netting.
Yeah, you got the netting, and it does have a little give to it, and you want to be walking about a foot or 2 away from that netting because it will give, particularly on a hard-hit ball like that for Sturgeon, who pops it up foul as he battles here. And he'll have the 5th pitch of this at-bat for Drew Sturgeon, who was saddled with an 0-for-5 night last night. His best game coming against the Sodbusters here. So he went 2-for-5 on July 4th, scored a couple of runs. North Platte won that game, and they've won 6 out of 9 against the Sodbusters in the season series. 1-2 pitch on the way. And this one is looped toward the left side, and that's into left field for a base hit. Harper, no chance to get that one, and it's been that kind of a day for the Sodbusters so far. You think of the leadoff shot off the bat of Trevor Matson. That was allowed out the last half inning. This is a little looper, and it finds grass for the 5th hit of the game for North Platte. They have their leadoff man aboard for the 2nd time in 3 innings for Angel De La Cruz.
Yeah,
right?
no, all just singles. I'm sorry. They're all just little singles, no big hits.
Right-handed hitter, and he is first pitch swinging. Sawyer Duddleston starts out and comes back in. Fundamental ball there just in case he had to throw with Sturgeon maybe on the run, but no movement from Sturgeon, who retreats back to first And so a one pitch out there for J.T. Cafferty, who retires the number 3 hitter in the North Platte lineup. 1 on, 1 out now for Sage Mcminn. Singled sharply his first time up and scored one of the 2 North Platte runs. Plainsman leads the Sodbusters 2-0 top half of the third. As Mcminn stands in the left-handed box against the right-handed pitcher J.T. Cafferty. Arkansas Tech product. Bouncer right side, and Mcminn gets it through the infield. Try to send first to third. Here comes the throw. It's a good one, and out! Sawyer Duddleston with the cannon there. Drew Sturgeon never hesitated. It's a very aggressive North Platte team. So Sage Mcminn with the single, but Sawyer Duddleston with his second outstanding defensive play of the day. 9-5 on the putout to nail Drew Sturgeon. There's 2 outs and 1 on for North Platte, with Lucas Johnson coming to the plate.
Wow, what a great throw. I've done something like that in Legion baseball, and that just gives you a rush out there in the outfield.
Outfield assist for Sawyer Duddleston after he made a good catch earlier. And pitch is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Lucas Johnson, lined out to center his first time up. Yeah, you could probably picture a highlight for every outfielder on the team this year, maybe with the exception of Duddleston until today, and now he's got 2 that you can put on the highlight reel for this Hastings Sodbuster squad. 1-0 delivery is missing. 2 balls and no strikes, because, when Dallin Quigley was here, he made some outstanding plays. Gertis has been unbelievable. Garrett Kennedy has had some good plays. Blake Burrows, I remember him laying out as the ball was in the dirt, and advancing on to second base on the play will be Mcminn, so he's in scoring position with 2 outs. Need to find a way to shut things down. A 3-0 count now on Lucas Johnson. North Platte getting 2 2-out RBI hits in the second inning. Really want to put a 0 on the board with your offense struggling. 3-0 delivery on the way. And it's a 4-pitch walk, so now 2 on, 2 out for Conor Higgs.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted to do there. You just want to focus on that guy. You've already given up a couple hits, and now 2 runners on here again, and this is where North Platte excels with 2 outs and 2 on.
Conor Higgs, 1 for 1 with a run scored, and like I say, you're playing a very confident team right now in North Platte. They kind of feel like they're going to win every game after they've won those last 3 all in late game situations. They're playing with house money right now. Little looper left side could be a tough one. That is going to be over the head of the left fielder. 2 runs will score. It's a double for the North Platte Plainsman. And North Platte does it again as Matt Lemke could not come up with that play out in left, as he just couldn't quite get a good angle on it. Higgs gets the double. Another huge 2-out hit for North Platte as they score 2 more and now lead it 4-0.
Matt Lemke just started playing outfield this year in high school. He'd always been an infielder, so he's still kind of getting used to the outfield. He does a good job in right field last night, but he's having a hard time in left field tonight, and that son is a bear here at Duncan.
And so Oscar Stark comes to the plate now, trying to continue the inning. All of the runs for North Platte scoring with 2 outs here over the last 2 innings, and they've built a comfortable lead in the early going. High fly ball left side. Lemke loses it in the sun, and thankfully it's foul. He never did see it, and that's why you see guys like Garrett Kennedy, who never seems to lose a ball out there, how much of a skill that is to pick it up in a very tough outfield to play for this Hastings Sodbuster team. Kennedy makes it look easy, and other guys, they do have difficulty.
I think of Grant Schmidt, all the years he played here in left field. He was one of the best ones out there.
1 ball and 1 strike the count now on Oscar Stark, who popped at the shortstop his first time up. So North Platte 2 more on the board in the third after they plated 2 runs in the second inning. And the way the Sodbusters putting up runs now, 4 runs looks like a heck of a lot. They've out-hit the Sodbusters 7-3 early in this one. Pitch is down low, and it's 2 balls and a strike on Oscar Stark.
So you have to get it out here. You just have to get out of the inning, stop the bleeding here. You're down by 4. You can't allow any more.
Yeah, early in the year, Sodbusters kind of were in this kind of groove. It felt like they could win every game, playing free and easy, and it's just not that kind of feel right now. Here's a solid shot to left field. That's going to be a base hit. Another run will score. That's into the gap. Heading around first towards second. It's back-to-back doubles for North Platte as Oscar Stark brings home another one. And he has an RBI double, back-to-back doubles, and it is 5-0 North Platte. All of the damage coming with 2 outs in the game.
I would say Luke Bay's going to be pulling his hair out, but he got his head shaved today. So he has no hair to pull out right now.
So that will bring to the plate Griffin Myers, who had the first RBI of the contest, 2 in the second, 3 in the third. North Platte looking to take the first 2 games of this series and win the series and win their 4th straight. Little looper down the left field line. Could be trouble. It's off the glove of Lemke. Another run will score. Rounding first, heading towards second. There's Griffin Myers. He's got a double. Back-to-back-to-back doubles for the North Platte Plainsman. And they now put 4 on the board and lead it by a score of 6-0.
Luke Bay is going to come out and talk to J.T. Cafferty, who is not finding his spots this inning.
Well, and Sodbusters not getting a whole lot of luck at this point either, as Lemke headlong to try to bring that one in and could not. Had a couple of plays that could have, should have been made in the outfield, have not been made, and now North Platte has taken full advantage. 9 hits the first 3 innings against J.T. Cafferty.
And it's the bottom of the order that's doing a lot of the damage here. You look at guys like Higgs, who has 2 RBIs. You have Stark's got an RBI. Myers has 2 RBIs. Ruffin has RBI. The first 5 guys in the batting order don't have any RBIs.
And J.T. Cafferty has still thrown fewer pitches than Bryce Butterfield.
Independence League scoreboard. Moo is off tonight. Fremont not playing, so Western Nebraska hosting Spearfish. That game just getting underway. Badland Big Sticks hosting Gem City. No score on that one either. And our score here, 6-0.
Yesterday, all the offense coming late with Fremont defeating Badlands 5-2. Canyon County defeated Western Nebraska 4-3, and Spearfish pounding Casper 10-0. The Sasquatch, after a rugged start to the season, playing really well, and they're in first place in the second half standings in the Great Plains Division. Pitch missing for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Jalen Ruffin, who had an RBI single his first time up. And since there were 2 outs, 5 straight have reached for the North Platte Plainsmen. That's the difference in the game so far, finding a way to continue innings. And the pitch is on the inside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on Jalen Ruffin, product of Northeastern Junior College in Sterling, Colorado. He is a North Platte guy, though. Playing his college ball in the eastern part of Colorado. Pitch is taken for a strike. Now 1-2 on Ruffin.
So you have doubles by Stark, you have doubles by Higgs. For Stark, it's the 8th of the year. Higgs, his 7th. They hit a lot of 2-baggers, this North Platte team.
And they steal a lot of bases. Very aggressive team, and it's one of the top offensive teams in the league, second in batting average behind Fremont, coming into today at .293. 33 points better than the Hastings Sodbusters, who are mired in 10th in batting average in the Independence League. Pitch fouled away. Ruffin battling here. 1-2 count on him with 2 outs. The Sodbusters trail it by a score of 6-0.
120 stolen bases for North Platte this season. That's a lot.
Right-handed batter up there against the right-handed pitcher, J.T. Cafferty. Brings it in. Ground ball, left side, fielded by Matson. Throw to first. In time. Well played there on the infield, but the damage is done. How about 4 more runs for the North Platte Plainsmen? And they accomplished that on 5 hits. And they leave a man. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, 6-0. The score, North Platte. This is Sodbuster
There's
Baseball.
nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. You can see the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other amazing attractions and a planetarium. And visit the one and only Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum and Research Center. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Start exploring at visithastings.nebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. You are listening to Sodbuster Baseball, watching, I should say, on the YouTube feed, or perhaps you've just got the YouTube app and are driving around, and we kind of do a little radio-style broadcast, so that way if you just have the opportunity to listen, at least you can kind of keep track of what's going on if you're not able to access the video feed, and not one you really want to watch so far today, as North Platte has come out and put an early 6 spot on the board against the Hastings 2 in the second, 4 in the third. Hastings trying to battle back with their 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up against Bryce Butterfield.
If you're planning on coming out to a Sodbuster game, the 19th game has been delayed or been canceled, and they're going to turn the 20th game, July 20th game here against Fremont, into a doubleheader. So keep that in mind.
We just found that out, so just make that a little notation in our schedule. So doubleheader on the 20th, no game on the 19th. Aaron Harper taking ball 1 inside. 1 ball and no strikes the count on Aaron Harper, who walked his first time up and was caught stealing. 6-0. North Platte on top. Pitch is missing for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Butterfield hasn't been particularly sharp. 44 pitches thrown the first couple of innings, but has been able to put zeros on the board. Sodbusters had that caught stealing in the first inning and then had 3 singles after that, but could not get any runs across. Had a base runner in the second and could not score. Pitch over for a strike, 2-1 the count on Aaron Harper for the Hastings Sodbusters. Here's the pitch. Fouls this one off his own foot. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was Mr. RBI early for the Hastings Sodbusters. Just got off to a great start. Kinesiology major at Northern Illinois for the Huskies. Played a couple of years at San Jacinto Junior College down in Texas. A lot of Texas players on this Sodbuster team. You kind of expect that with Luke Bay, Texas roots, and a lot of Californians. And with Chris Ceballos on the team, he has a lot of contacts in that part of the country. 2-2 pitch. And this one is lined into left field. That's a base hit. So Aaron Harper is aboard for the Hastings Sodbusters. It's a leadoff single. Maybe that ignites this offense. First time the Sodbusters have had their leadoff man aboard. And now we will see Nick Jones come to the plate, trying to move him along. Jones with a single his first time up. 6-0 the score. 6 runs, 9 hits for the North Platte Plainsman. No runs, 4 hits. I mean, that's pretty respectable. 4 hits in the first 3 innings. You figure maybe you got a couple of runs and you're within striking distance, but wow. North Platte off to a great start here today. Here's the pitch. Right on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike on Nick Jones. Jones out of Arkansas Tech, an engineering major from Little Rock Baptist Prep High School. Arkansas Tech, remember, a pretty good conference down there, NCAA Division II, and Jones sends this one into center field for a base hit. The Great American Conference, Arkansas Tech. And now we will see Cam Constantine step to the plate. He had a single his first time up. 2 really good at-bats to begin this 3rd inning. Singles for Harper and Jones, and now you'd love to find a way to just get a couple back, just to prove you can. Sodbusters scored 2 in the 4th yesterday and did not score again. Lost in 10 innings, 4-2, and they had a chance to win it in the bottom of the 9th. The bases loaded in a 3-0 count. 1 more ball, and it's a walk-off walk, but they just could not find a way to get that ball 4 or a hit. Ended up getting a strikeout there, and North Platte plated 2 runs in the 10th, and that was it. 1-0 the count on Constantine. Runners at first and second, and nobody out here in the bottom half of the 3rd. As Butterfield winds and delivers, and that one's a little bit low. 2-0 the count on Constantine. Bryce Butterfield working into his 3rd inning and is up over 50 pitches already. Pretty much the same pitch count. Actually, he's got more pitches thrown than J.T. Cafferty, but J.T. has given up 6 runs on 9 hits. It's a free swinging Plainsman team. They've gone after a lot of first pitches, and they've not tried to do too much with them, and getting a series of doubles this past inning after they were all singles early on. Pitch is missing, and Constantine has the count his way. Cam, 3 balls and no strikes. 6-0 the score. North Platte on top of Hastings here in the home half of the 3rd. And down by 6. Certainly a take sign on, you would think, from the assistant coach, Chris Ceballos. Pitch. That's over for a strike. 3-1 the count on Constantine. Hastings trying to find a way to battle back here. Josh Salmon talked about the fact that head coach Luke Bay shaved his head, and it looks like Ceballos is also gone with a clean dome, if you will. 3-2 the count now on Cam Constantine as he swings and misses. First and second, nobody out. Big spot in the game for the Sodbusters. They try to battle back here, trailing at 6-0. Still relatively early at Duncan Field, bottom half of inning number 3. Butterfield brings the pitch home, and this one is fouled back. Remains 3 balls and 2 strikes on Cam Constantine for the Hastings Sodbusters. Cam out of McKinney, Texas, a redshirt freshman at the university. Communication and leadership major at the Longhorns, future member of the Southeastern Conference. Standing baseball history at UT. 3-2 pitch. Constantine lines this one into left field. It's back-to-back-to-back singles for the Hastings Sodbusters. They're going to try to score a run. No, they'll hold him up. Now throw back to third. Nope, a bluff back. Had a notion there to send Aaron Harper, but held him up, and it was a very good decision. Harper made the turn, but was able to scoot back into third base, and now Sawyer Duddleston up with a huge spot. There is going to be a visit to the mound as Eric Sandas, graduate assistant at Texas A&M Kingsville, the pitching coach for the North Platte Plainsman, will come out and visit with his right-hander, Bryce Butterfield. So the Sodbusters, bases loaded, nobody out. And you're just thinking what can go wrong. The way things have gone for Hastings, just hoping to find a way to not hit into a double play. The way things have gone here the last few games for the Hastings Sodbusters, just got to be optimistic and go out and do what you can do. Duddleston beating out an infield single his last time up. Bases loaded for Hastings. Just don't try to do too much. Play your game, and he has had an outstanding defensive game with a great catch in right center field and an outfield assist to get an out in the top half of this frame. Runners at every bag and nobody out. North Platte plays the infield back because they're up 6-0. They would certainly exchange a run for an out here, and better yet for them, they'd exchange a run for 2 outs, hoping for a double play ball here. 1 ball and no strikes the count on Sawyer Duddleston for the Hastings Sodbusters, another one of the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys. He's a business major out of Springdale, Arkansas. And the 1-0 delivery. Drops in there for a strike, 1-1 the count on Sawyer Duddleston. Had 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, 14 runs scored in the spring for Arkansas Tech. Stands in the right-handed box here for the Hastings Sodbusters. Big chance for Hastings, down 6-0. The pitch. Off speed, stays high, 2-1, and a walk wouldn't be the worst thing to happen to the Hastings Sodbusters either. It's a big chance here for Hastings, down 6-0, bottom half of inning number 3. But back-to-back-to-back singles to open the inning for Hastings. As Butterfield winds and delivers, and a swing and a miss. 2-2 the count, as Butterfield working out of the stretch here. And
go ahead. This time they get the back-to-back singles with no outs instead of 2.
Yep, so bases loaded here. Big chance for the Hastings Sodbusters. Down by a score of 6-0, and a large pitch coming at 2-2. And Duddleston pops it up. He will not be happy with that. Foul territory, playable, as going over and making a play is Sage Mcminn, and there's a large first out here in the 3rd inning. Sodbusters still cannot get the big hit. And now Matt Lemke, a critical at bat in this game. If you're going to come back, I feel like you got to get a couple of runs, and you really like to get the goose egg off with 1 out and not have to rely on a big 2-out hit. So Duddleston unable to get the job done. And now Lemke up there. He struck out his first time up to end the first. He struck out with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Taken high for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Matt Lemke. Lemke, the K-State signee. Early offense for him before he had his hamstring issue and then has recently rejoined the team. Roster spot opened up after Brett Zimmerman got mono and decided to shut her down for the summer, and so Brett headed back to California. He'll get ready to go for his next season at Loyola Marymount.
Wow, mono, that's interesting.
2-0 the count now on Matt Lemke. Bases loaded, 1 out, 6-0 the score. And the pitch. Big swing, no contact, 2-1 the count as Lemke could not catch up with that one. A good pitch there from Butterfield, who's had to throw a lot of pressure pitches, but has been able to put a goose egg on the board through the first 2+ innings here. And if he finds a way to escape this, Sodbuster's going to feel like, can we score a run ever again?
Exactly.
2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1 now on Matt Lemke.
Some bodies moving around the bullpen. Nobody quite warming up. It looks like somebody's getting ready for North Platte.
Lemke, a 3-hit game yesterday, 3 for 5 with a run scored. It was his first 3-hit game, his lone 3-hit game for the Sodbusters this year. 3-1 pitch popped up. Foul territory, may have gone after ball 4, and making the catch is the first baseman, Angel De La Cruz. So 2 pop-ups with the bases loaded, and now it's going to be up to Trevor Matson trying to find a way to get runs home. Single, 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 and 2 bases-loaded pop-ups for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Well, not even pop-ups. They're foul-out pop-ups. So you're not even putting it in between the 2 white lines.
Yeah, boy, and like I say, that one felt like that was a borderline pitch on 3-1 and didn't really have a great swing, so very disappointing outcome. And now Trevor Madsen, who's been kind of the heart and soul of this team here the last couple of years, find a way, buddy. He had a relatively solid shot first time up. It was a line out to the shortstop, and he's first pitch swinging here, but that is right at the center fielder, and another bases-loaded situation, and the Sodbusters cannot score as Drew Sturgeon makes the catch on Trevor Matson. No runs, 3 hits, 3 men left, and we head to the 4th inning. It remains North Platte 6, Hastings nothing. This is.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
The Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. See the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum along with many other exhibits and a planetarium. Enjoy the historic housing district, strolling through downtown parks, and beautiful shops. Whether you're visiting or you live here, the Adams County Visitors Bureau will help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau at visithastingsnebraska.com.
As we head to the 4th inning, a new pitcher for the Hastings Sodbusters. We will get an opportunity to see Danny Garcia. He's making his 3rd appearance for the Hastings Sodbusters. He's thrown 4 2/3 innings. He's allowed 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 8 hits. Struck out 3, walked 3, has a 1-1 record, an ERA of 3.85. As expected to see Garcia in this role, as well as being a solid infielder since coming in late from San Jose State. And Danny Garcia takes over for J.T. Cafferty, who threw 48 pitches and gave up 6 runs and 9 hits. So the Sodbusters trying to find a way to come back, and certainly not a good start to the comeback as they loaded the bases with nobody out in the 3rd and could not score. They have stranded 7 in the first 3 innings today. It's hard to get 6 hits in 3 innings and not score a run.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. You just don't.
Well, Sodbusters have found a way. And so now find a way to put some zeros on the board and just hope the offense can find someone to come up with a key hit or two to claw back in this one. Right now, North Platte has got it all going their way as they try to win another one against the Sodbusters. It would be their 4th straight against Hastings and their 7th in 10 tries if this score holds.
Well, we got a second. I want to say congratulations to our our promotion guy, Jason Frew, who won Nebraska Choir Director of the Year last night.
Awesome. Very cool.
I was told that by one of our season ticket holders, so that's really cool and well-deserved.
Go Huskies. He is the choir director over at Aurora High School. Going to be the Leadoff man up there for the North Platte Plainsman as A.J. Lawson steps in and takes at the letters for strike one. No balls, one strike on A.J. Lawson, starting shortstop 0 for 2. He's been one of the few guys who has not produced for this North Platte team. 0-1 pitch is a little bit high. 1 ball and 1 strike as the Hastings Sodbusters trying to get a good outing here from Garcia in relief to keep it a 6-run deficit. Here's the pitch. Little looper toward the left side, and that's going to fall for a hit. And it's been that kind of day for North Platte. Not really solidly struck, but finding green. And North Platte has its leadoff man aboard for the 3rd time in 4 innings with Drew Sturgeon coming to the plate.
Well, now only 2 guys for North Platte have not reached base at all. That's De La Cruz and Ruffin. I'll take that back. De La Cruz is the only one. Ruffin.
10 hits for North Platte, 6 for the Sodbusters. It is 6-0. We're just in the top half of the 4th inning. It was a series of singles earlier, and then they got back-to-back-to-back doubles last inning. Bottom dropped out of that one from Garcia to Sturgeon. He takes it for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to count. As Danny Garcia for the Hastings Sodbusters in relief of J.T. Cafferty. Runner goes. Pitch taken outside. The throw down to second base is not going to be in time. Pretty decent jump there for A.J. Lawson as he scoots into second base with the stolen base, and that is his 2nd in 3 tries this year. He's playing only in his 3rd game, so a newcomer to this team, and he just joins the stolen base parade as this North Platte team very aggressive no matter who they play.
121 on the year.
Drew Sturgeon with a 1-1 count on him. As the right-hander Garcia check of the runner and the pitch. Half-hearted swing there, and he did offer at it. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Sturgeon didn't get a hit last night's game. Moved down to the 2nd order here tonight. Has a single. 1 of 2. So a little bit of struggle for him. He's about the only guy that really is for North Platte.
6-0 Plainsman. Top half of the 4th inning. 9-inning game here at Duncan Field. 2 teams will play another one tomorrow. 6:35 the start time on that one, and staying alive here is Sturgeon as he fouls it over by the Hastings dugout. Sodbuster defense, Garrett Kennedy is out in center field, Matt Lemke in left, Sawyer Duddleston in right, third baseman's Trevor Matson. Shortstop, Aaron Harper at second base, Tegan Tomian at first base, Jacob Watson. Nick Jones doing the catching today, and it's Danny Garcia in relief of J.T. Cafferty on the mound for the gold jerseyed Hastings Sodbusters today against the green of the North Platte Plainsmen. Garcia will now take a moment behind the pitcher's mound, grabs the rosin bag, and gets set to go again. Mention the fact that Garcia, good to see him on the mound making his 3rd appearance. His first 2 appearances both coming against the Fremont Moo. Here's the pitch. Off the end of the bat, could be trouble. Matson charges, gloves, throws to first, and not in time. Another one of those balls that really not solidly struck. Watson, just to make sure, will go over and tag, because they really weren't sure that Sturgeon touched first base, or did he kind of make a move towards second, one way or the other. A smart play for Watson just to try to apply the tag. As it stands, it's an infield single and runners at first and third. Nobody out for De La Cruz.
Yeah, Sturgeon runs well, so Madsen had to hurry up, and it was a high throw. Probably still wouldn't have got him either way.
So Garcia's come on, and he's done what he needs to do. There have been 2 balls which have not been struck solidly at all, and both have gone for hits. It's been that kind of day for North Platte, and runner immediately goes. Pitch taken outside, throw down to second base, and a stolen base again. Sturgeon is in scoring territory. Second and third, nobody out as they just run and run and run some more under head coach J.M. Kelly, the former Sodbuster coach back in 2020, and he's an assistant at Texas A&M Kingsville.
Yeah, I don't think I would have thrown it down there. Just the way things going, it would have went in center field, and with a run scored, just hold on the ball, give them the stolen base.
Sodbusters now will play their corner infielders in. The middle infielders are back, down 6-0. I just want an out. Here's the pitch. Big swing, no contact. 1-1 on De La Cruz, who's 0 for 2 on the day. A fly out to center and a fly out to right.
De La Cruz doesn't strike out a whole lot. He's got 11 on the season. That's not very many.
Mentioned Garcia, his first 2 appearances against Fremont, was the losing pitcher, worked 1 inning back on June 27th. De La Cruz skies this one in the air to left field. That is big trouble. Lemke will not get there as it 2 hops the wall. 1 run will score. A second run is coming home, and this is going to be a 2-run double. The first 3 have reached off of Garcia here in the inning, and North Platte has extended the lead to 8-0.
That was about 3-4 feet from getting out of here. That thing was a shot. I thought it had distance when it left the bat. It was just a rocket to left.
Mentioned Garcia's last appearance against the Moo. His first appearance was against the Moo back here on June 23rd when he worked 3 2/3 innings, allowed 2 runs, 1 of them earned on 4 hits. Garcia's been roughed up for a couple of runs here. The first 2 balls were not struck solidly. That one was. Pitch across for strike, no balls and 1 strike on Sage Mcminn, one of the hottest hitters on this North Platte team. He is 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored so far. We're just in the 4th. It's already 8-0 North Platte, just flat putting it to Hastings today. And you just kind of wondered coming into today the mindset for both teams. Right now North Platte's just playing free and easy. They think they can win every game, and Hastings is really struggling in a lot of ways right now. And now having their pitchers roughed up a little bit, and there have been some solidly struck balls, been the bloopers, everything fallen well for North Platte, and Hastings has already stranded 7 when they have been at the plate. Pitch swung on and missed, and Mcminn goes down on strike. So a nice out there for Garcia, trying to minimize the damage here. First strikeout for Garcia, and the first out recorded for Danny, as he'll try to find a way against Lucas Johnson, who's reached base once in his first 2 at-bats, officially 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored.
That's the first North Platte batter to strike out tonight.
That's another reason that they are on top 8-0. Putting the ball in play, contrast that with the Sodbusters, who have 3 strikeouts in the first 3 innings against Bryce Butterfield. 8-0 is the score. Sodbusters trail it here in the 4th. The pitch. Off speed, misses off the inside part of the plate. 1 ball and no strikes on Lucas Johnson. Johnson out of Wright State, out of Burlington, Ontario, Canada. Don't see a whole lot of Canadians in the Independence League, but great to have him a part of this league and on the North Platte Plainsman roster. Pitch misses for ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes on Lucas Johnson.
Had the team last year from the other league that was from Canada.
Yep.
Source Valley, is that right?
No.
No, I take that back. Saber Dogs. No, it wasn't Saber Dogs.
You had to ask, didn't you? You just had to ask, darn it. Let's see. Well, the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks out of Brandon, Manitoba.
Yep.
Yep.
We played well against them.
2-0 the count. Pitch misses 3-0 now on Lucas Johnson. And they actually played in Grand Forks, Minnesota last year, or Grand Forks, North Dakota, rather, because of COVID, you couldn't cross the border, so they ended up playing in the U.S. 3-0 delivery, and the pitch taken outside for a ball. So a walk to Johnson, and the Hastings Sodbusters, they are on the short end of an 8-0 score. Danny Garcia now will pitch to Conor Higgs. Higgs with a single and a 2-run double, 2 runs scored. And we're going to see a visit to the mound here as Luke Bay is going to come out and talk with the right-hander, Danny Garcia. Gave up the 2 little hits, a blooper for a single, an infield single, then the 2-run double. Got a strikeout and a walk, and we're joined by Scott Galusha. And I don't know if I want to hear what you have to say. This has been a rough start, and you kind of wondered going into this game after yesterday where you coulda, shoulda, what's going to be the mindset? And I say North Platte's playing like they could beat anybody right now, and they are playing with a lot of confidence, and Hastings is not.
Yeah, we're just in a little bit of a funk right now. It's a long season, and everybody goes through this, and unfortunately, this is our little time, and we can't buy out hit, Steve. I mean, I believe they've got 6 2-out hits, just short of 1 million guys on base last night. I think it was 17 actually. 17.
Yes,
yeah, I know. And I'm not that smart, Steve. I went home and I watched the back end of the game again to make sure that my my eyes felt like I saw what I saw, and so unfortunately that's what goes on, and it's just not just hasn't been our couple days, and you make some of your own luck, and our guys are a little bit down, and our guys need to learn a little bit about how to fight through some adversity, and we just need to be better, and so this is learning for them too, and it's hard to watch right now because again they hit ground balls and they find holes, and we hit ground balls right at people, and it's just the way it goes from time to time, and somebody's got to step up and fix it. But we got 6 hits in 3 innings and had chances to score in all 3 innings, left 7 guys on in 3 innings, and you just can't do that. And it's you can tell it's weighing on our fellas right now.
Conor Higgs with an RBI single, just a bouncer through the right side, nothing fancy there. They lead it by a score of 9-0. But the epitome of the day, and really the last 2 days, the bottom of the third, single, bases loaded, nobody out, 2 foul outs before the fly out to center to end the inning.
We're just pressing, Steve. We just really are. We're pressing. And that makes things very difficult. And when you're trying too hard, we're just missing things that we know we can do. Understanding the moment and what needs to be done, and we're trying to hit gappers and we need a ground ball, and we're just off. And they're great kids and they're working hard, but right now they're in their own head, every single one of them.
And that's, you mentioned that's baseball. There's a strikeout. Good job there for Garcia. He gets his second strikeout of the inning, getting Oscar Stark 2 outs and still 2-1. And it is 9-0. North Platte on top. But you mentioned, early in the year, you think back to that Nebraska Prospect Series. You had the back-to-back walk-offs. This group felt like they couldn't lose. And it's just now North Platte's in that attitude because, after the last 3 games, when tie ball game in the 8th, in all 3 of the games, North Platte won them all. They're in a position now where they're playing with house money, and they're playing like it too.
Yep, they are. They're free and loose, and they're not barreling a ton of balls. They've hit a couple hard balls to left field, but they're just putting the bat on the ball and getting good breaks and just having good at bats, and we're just not doing that right now. And I feel sorry for them, our guys, and it's frustrating, but also it's part of the game, and we just have to persevere and keep fighting through it. And we're gonna play these guys a lot. They're gonna come back here not this weekend but next weekend, so we're gonna get our chance at them. And every single game we played with them all year has been close. There's only been 1 game shy of tonight that hasn't been real close, and I would see again
little blooper toward right. It's in for a hit. And another run will score as there's an RBI single. It is 10-0. Another 2-out hit for this North Platte team, as they began it with 2 2-out RBI singles back in the second, and plated all 4 of their runs with 2 outs in the third, and now have put up more runs here in the fourth.
Again, that was soft contact. That was end of the bat, and it barely got. Matter of fact, I think it landed on the seam between infield and outfield. So that was about 100 feet, but hitting the right spot. And right now they can do no wrong, and we can't get a break. And we just have to. The message needs to be loud and clear that we need to keep fighting. And I look forward. I think we're going to put some runs up tonight. I don't know if we can come back from 10 down, but I tell you what, I like my guys, and we just need to get a couple things going the right direction, and I know they'll pull for each other. So it's going to get better. It's just been a rough time for us.
And I guess that is one of the messages here is it's 10-0, a little pop-up, and that caught by Watson. So 9 men come to the plate, 4 runs score for North Platte. They now on a 10-0 lead. And it's a lot easier to go through things like this when you like each other, and it seems like the last couple of years you've had guys who genuinely like each other, good chemistry, and so that makes it a lot easier to live with when you're going through this with guys you're pulling for.
Absolutely, that's the one thing. Maybe the thing I'm most proud of is the group of guys that we have. Not only the quality of young men, but they're all good teammates, and they're all pulling for one another. And I know. I have not questioned the effort once, and that's impressive for as many games as we play and as hot as it's been this summer. But our kids are giving it. Our kids are giving all they got. right now where everything is it's one of those days where if you've ever golfed, it just doesn't find the bottom of the hole.
Yep.
You just can't get it done. You can't put a finger on it, and they've wiggled out of, if you go back, this is game 7 of 7 in a row against them, right?
Uh-huh.
Yep, it is.
Yep.
Yep. No, this is 6 of 7. We still got tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all 6 of those games, we had opportunities to win all 6 of them.
Yeah.
And again, so it's not like we're getting our doors knocked off tonight. But again, we've been right there, and right now we're just on the wrong end of old momentum for sure.
And yesterday was just so frustrating when I think of all of those bases loaded situations. And even in the 9th yesterday, bases loaded, 3-0 count. You're thinking something, and that came on the heels of what would have been a wild pitch that would have scored the winning run from second base that went into the dugout. If the ball doesn't go into the Sodbuster dugout, Sodbusters get the winning run to score from second on a wild pitch.
Yep.
But the runner had to go back to third. Sodbusters could get the run home and then end up losing it in the 10th.
Yeah,
So,
that
just
ball
wacky.
Ball goes 6 inches to the right, and we win the game.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I mean, that's what's so great about the game also, is you never know what's going to happen. You never know when the big moment comes. And again, Lemke was hauling yesterday, and he was going to score.
Yep.
Because he was going to beat the guy covering because he wasn't doing his job or not fast enough. And so we were making the right plays in the 9th inning, and then it goes sideways for us. So unfortunately, that's just the way it's going right now, and it's hard to watch, and you just got to keep trying to be positive and yet stern. There's some things that, again, that ball should not be pulled, and those are things that we're just making little mistakes. And Jacob Watson has had a phenomenal year, and he's not the only one, but that's an outside pitch he tries to pull, and that result is a ground ball to the second baseman. And those are things that we're doing too often, and we're doing them in big spots too, which magnifies everything.
Jacob Watson, 1 up, 1 down. It is 10-0 in the bottom of the 4th, and you think back to somebody in the 17 runners stranded yesterday. But it was not just the 17 runners. You mentioned situational hitting, not advancing runners with less than 2 outs, pop-ups instead of line drives, and you could just count so many ways that you could have scored and won that game, and it just didn't happen. And then sometimes a game like this follows that because you think of what if.
Well, really, I mean, you could see we had the bases loaded in the 1st inning and we didn't score, and you could see our guys all exhale, and they're like, oh my goodness, we did it again.
Yep.
And everybody's trying as hard as they can, and it's just hard. But again, we talk about this all the time. Summer baseball is about learning, okay, and it's about growing. And so these are things that we can help these kids grow through, and same with our coaches. They're not long tenured coaches. They're learning too. So we're all trying to teach each other how to get through this and how to become better and keep working. And Luke's trying some new things, and Chris is trying some new things, and we're all growing, and we're going to be better for it. And we still have a good crowd, and people love us. And I asked 10 people what our record was this summer, and not one of the 10 people I asked knew. And I was thinking that's hard for me to swallow because I am so competitive. But when I stand at the gate every night, Steve, and again, 2-2 to Tegan, if in case you want to listen to somebody other than me, but one of my favorite stories.
Tamia strikes out, 2 up, 2 down here in the 4th. 10-0 is score. North Platte on top, as we'll let Scott finish his thought.
Yeah.
I got a question.
I stand at the gate and say thank you for people coming, and just randomly I ask somebody, hey, what's the score?
Uh-huh.
And they'll look at the scoreboard and maybe tell me, or they won't know. Now, if I ask them if we won or not, they usually know, but they don't know the score. So they're here for other than blood and watching us play die hard every night. It's a game, and it's entertainment, and we're just on the wrong end right now, and we'll get it turned around.
One of the highlights today, Sawyer Duddleston. We had the highlight reel for almost every outfielder. We'll add Sawyer Duddleston with a great catch in right center. And how about the outfield assist from Duddleston?
Yes, that was a perfect throw, wasn't it?
Yeah.
One big hop right on the bag. It was beautiful, and we've made those plays most of the year. We struggled a little bit in North Platte over the weekend. Made a little too many physical errors that we we need to do better at. We've played enough now to understand that we need to do those jobs. But there's the problem. Again, another soft contact, kind of a pop fly. We got away with that one, but too many of those. And if anybody knows what Duncan Field is about, it's our guys.
Mhm.
This is where fly balls go to die. And we need to do better and do what we know how to do, and we've just got away from that.
Change in the schedule, no game Tuesday, doubleheader Wednesday. Talk a little about that.
Well, if you look at our schedule, we only have 2 days left, 2 days off for the remainder part of the year. And so one of the things that I really like that we do is I try to take care of my guys the best we can. And so in talking to Chad at Fremont, we thought it'd be nice that we could buy our kids an extra day off and play a doubleheader that next night. So we're not going to play Tuesday, and we're going to play 2 on Wednesday and give those kids a little bit longer rest.
What time are we starting Wednesday? We know yet?
5:05.
5:05 doubleheader on Wednesday.
Yep.
Okay.
And
All right.
if that doesn't work for your schedule, let me know. We'll figure it out one way or the other.
Yeah,
but
I'll be here when I can.
Gotcha.
So,
Fair enough. We'll make it work.
You going to stick around, or you?
Yeah, I'm going to stick around for a half inning if that's okay.
Yep. Josh, do you want the mic? Okay, so it'll be Josh Salmon here when you hear actually Scott fill time as Danny Garcia out for his second inning of work, try to eat up some innings right here.
He needs some work too. And we know he's going to. I feel like he's going to end up being a pitcher for them moving forward. He's a nice defensive player, and his bat's coming along. But I really do like him on the mound. And in talking to his coaches, they still think he's going to be a dual guy, but I think there's a lot of upside for him on the mound.
Well, Scott, my thought here in last inning on batting, a couple of bad at bats, they're swinging at bad pitches, but I mean, it was 2 balls and 2 strikes there to Teagan. Ian, the third baseman was playing back with his speed. I mean, I might have tried to drop down a bunt. I mean, you're going to get out, you might as well get out via the bunt rather than a strikeout or something like that. And it's just you need some little quirky thing to get something going, and it's not happening.
Yeah, we're just not. We're just making. Baseball plays, we're making them harder than they are, and we're trying to do too much, and we're trying too hard, and we're trying to do things out of our skill set. They're all good players, but we got some guys that shouldn't bunt, and they've bunted a few times, and got guys that should bunt and they don't, and we last night, Blake Burrows is a great kid and doing a good job, and we talked to him last night in that last at bat that we said the 40 bunt was open.
Yeah.
And that's the push bunt by the pitcher to the second baseman.
Oh, okay.
Because they were way back.
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, I see that. That's open all day. Don't even have to be good at it." And he said, "Yep." And then he didn't do it. And we talked to him about how come he didn't do it. And he got he got wrapped up in the moment. And so there you go. Those things happen. And we had an opportunity there when we missed it, and when things are going bad, those things get magnified. And right now we can't get her going the right direction, and they're working hard. It's too bad that it's not going their way, but we'll get through it.
2 balls and 1 strike here to A.J. Lawson, back to the top of the order for North Platte in the 5th inning, and looks like a highlight tonight is Constantine. I mean, he just continues to be a constant threat at the plate, and he's been a good job with the bat for Hastings tonight.
Yeah, we knew he was a good hitter and had an opportunity to get him on the roster, and he's done a really good job and done very good at just stepping in to be the new guy in the dugout, and has taken that role really good. And gave him a night off last night and worked on his timing a little bit in the cage today. And he's had some good at-bats for us.
Well, good play there by Watson over at first base. Jacob making a great play, relaying it back over to Danny Garcia, who covers that stuff you can practice and until you actually get in a game situation and use it, and that was well executed.
PFP is what we call that. That's pitcher fielding practice, and we preach that all the time. We practice that all the time when we do practice. Right now we don't practice a whole lot because we play every day. But it is something that we practice all the time, and coaches love to see that executed right.
Center fielder Drew Sturgeon comes in, 2 for 3 on the day, 2 singles for him. First pitch in there for a strike from Danny Garcia. And 10 runs, 14 hits tonight, no errors by either team, but that's the box there for North Platte. Hastings has no runs on 6 hits and no errors.
Yeah, that's an ugly scoreboard, and really 7. I believe they have 6 or 7 2-out hits, and we haven't had a 2-out hit since. Sam Adams, and I think that was game 1 of this series. He knocked a ground ball through the left side to give us a 3-2 lead. I pay attention. If I'm not there, I'm watching every game, And so again, it's just not going our way, and we got to get somebody to step up in that home dugout and figure out how we can get this turned around the right way. And we got kids that are going to do that, and it's just hard. We're working at it, and Luke is changing up a few things. Same with Chris, and we'll get the ship turning around the other way.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and pitch is a little outside. Catcher wanted it, and it was close, but it didn't go their way. That's a walk to Sturgeon.
Yeah, that was close. Again, those are pitches that when you're going good, they're balls. When they're going bad, it's a strike, or it gets called, and it's just the way the game works. And right now, we're on the wrong end.
Here's De La Cruz. Angel De La Cruz had a double that was about 4 feet from getting out of here last time up. That thing was a monster shot.
Yep.
Runner goes, and they just let him go. As Jones, it's a bad pitch to try to throw, so smartly held on to it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. An unwritten rule. I'm not sure you need to steal bases up 10-0, but that's okay. That's what they want to do. Then we better figure out how to stop it.
Yep.
So
Garcia gets a sign from Jones. De La Cruz, the first baseman tonight. He's almost DH last night. Runner on second base is Sturgeon. There is 1 out, 10-0 here, North Platte. Nice stop by Nick behind the plate there. It was good to see. I talked to Sam Adams for the game. Good to see him get on base 5 times last night. I mean, 4 walks. And walks as good as a hit, as Coach Bay said. And, he was happy. He says he took some time off, went home to his family, came back, and he said that helped him refocus.
Yeah, he had a brother got married, and so he was gone for 3 or 4 days. That put us a little thin catching-wise because Fred did the same thing, went home a little bit. But yeah, we want these kids to have the opportunity to do those things, and we're glad we were able to let him go. But glad we're back and refreshed, and he had a good game yesterday.
Sacrifice fly to center field there by De La Cruz, who scores up another one, but this time it was caught in the glove out there by Kennedy, and there is 2 down. It brings up Sage Mcminn,
Yep.
third baseman here for North Platte.
Sam has made a lot of improvements as a receiver this summer.
We talked about that too.
Yep, he's working really hard at that, and that's a art that is lost in today's world, in my opinion. And he's done a nice job getting better and better at that, and stealing a few strikes for our pitchers.
Yeah, I talked about him before the game with that too, and I said, he kind of established last night, hey, if you're going to run, I'm going to throw. He threw a guy out early in the game and on a very run-happy team, and he says nothing more high for catchers than throwing a guy out.
Absolutely. Outfielders like to throw guys out, and catchers like to throw guys out. That's the thing. And so, but again, he's done a really good job at receiving and getting us some more good clean inning there by Danny. Good to get him some more work, and we're going to get on the board here, but I'm going to let you guys go back to work, and I'm going to go strut around in my horrible outfit today. And
is the wig getting itchy?
Not really itchy, but I keep everybody asking me how I'm doing, and the cabbage up here gets a little warm in the sun.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
It's nice to have the cabbage up there, but it's a little warm. And so for one night I can pull off the Jackie Moon costume, and but it is much nicer to sit up here in the shade instead of walking around with this thick hair on.
And the air conditioning helps.
It is. It's nice up here. You guys got it made. All right. Hey, thanks, guys, and let's get some runs.
All right. Thank you, Scott Galusha, general manager, co-owner of the Sodbusters, and wearing a little bit of a wig tonight, so I gets to play a character, which is fun, as it's just as your favorite athlete night, and his favorite athlete is Jackie Moon. We're going to play musical headsets here. And it stopped on my number, so I win my own headset. There we go. So, yeah, I was talking about with Scott there, Steve, they just need some kind of fluke hit, something off the mound that ricochets, or, just one of those weird plays. Baseball is quirky, and they need a quirky play, a bunt or something to get something down. And I was really surprised that Tegan Tamia didn't try to drop down a bunt last time the third baseman, especially with 2 strikes, stuck back. And it's like, well, I mean, yeah, I know you don't usually bunt with 2 strikes, but, it keeps you from striking out. At least put the ball in play. So I just think it's going to take something like that to get this offense going.
Well, like I say, and even Scott mentioned the fact that you may not win this game, but find a way to get some runs. Just find a way to ignite the offense, put up a crooked number, give yourself hope heading into the finale tomorrow that you can have some offensive production, because right now the offense is just totally come to a standstill. And of course, you look up at 10-0, and you get guys thinking that, okay, we got to find a 7-run home run, and then it just doesn't work. So just got to keep playing their game, and we'll just kind of have to see how it goes here. You'd love to find a way to scratch across a couple of runs just so you can feel like you can.
Aaron Harper will lead things off here. Harper's been on base twice tonight. Did walk back in the first, caught stealing on the way to second, and then he singled back in the third. Busters trail 10-0 here against the pitcher Butterfield, who's showing a little fatigue there maybe on that throw, but hey, you're up 10-0. Why not just keep him in? It was funny because they were up 6-0, and they had the bullpen talking about you'll have the bullpen going, and I'm like, you're up 6-0.
Well, he's thrown 84 pitches.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about him. I mean, the Sodbusters strand 7 in the first 3. J.T. Cafferty only threw 48 pitches through 3 innings, but ended up allowing 9 runs. Butterfield struggled mightily in terms of pitch count, in terms of getting outs, but he got the outs when he needed them and, staked to a big run.
Yeah, I want to say he had 35 or something after the second inning, something like that. So strike in there.
44 after the second.
So there you go. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Aaron Harper.
Yeah, and J.T. Cafferty mentioned 6 runs on 9 hits in his 3 innings of work.
Some bodies moving around. There's a single. The leadoff hitter's on here for the Busters. The second time tonight the leadoff hitter's been on, and last time it was Aaron Harper as well, back in the third.
Yep, good to see Harper get aboard, and he's hustling on to second as the throw comes through, and so good job for Aaron to keep on running and takes advantage of the first error of the game by North Platte. So now a runner in scoring position, a single and an error, and a runner in scoring position with nobody out.
Well, that's good. I mean, sometimes you just got to be aggressive running to make him, do things. Make him try to, make a bad play or something, and that's what happened there, aggressive base running. So, body's moving around the bullpen for Hastings. There is a right-hander up, throwing. Nick Jones comes up. He's got 2 hits tonight. Good to see the catchers getting some hitting going here for Hastings. And you had Sam Adams last night with a couple of hits. Now Nick Jones tonight with a couple of hits. Harper leads off of second. That one called over the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. To Nick Jones. Cam Constantine, who's done nothing but hit the ball, is up next. Just as you said, you just want to get something on the board here. Something. Not leave runners on base. That one is right down Burlington. For strike 2.
In baseball, it's hard to get 3 hits in an inning without scoring. The Sodbusters have done it twice today.
Yeah, and I think 2 or 3 times last night, if I remember right, in the later innings.
Well, they certainly had bases loaded. I don't know if they ever had 3 hits in an
inning.
inning.
I take that back. Yeah, the bases loaded is what I was thinking.
But, the Sodbusters have actually had 3 hits in an inning twice in this game and not scored in either of them.
That one gets past the catcher, so there's a quirky little thing I've been asking about. Gets the runner to third base, now 90 feet away. Okay, just get that guy in 90 feet away. And there are no outs. So now you can do your pop fly to right field, deep right field, and get a very good running Aaron Harper in.
Or just ground one to a middle infielder at this point. Yep, just
sure.
Find a way. Just fundamental baseball. Know the situation.
So here is the 1-2 coming up from Butterfield. To Nick Jones, and that one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, the epitome of this little streak was the third inning when the Sodbusters had bases loaded, nobody out, 2 foul outs, and then a fly out to center.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. It is 10-0 North Platte here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch on the way. Bryce Butterfield, that one into right field, and there is a crooked number, if you will. Aaron Harper scores the first run of the game for Hastings, and they're on the board by Nick Jones, his 3rd hit of the day. It's an RBI for the catcher.
Well, it's a number. It's a number that's not 0, and by golly, you'll take it.
Definitely. 3 hits for Nick Jones. Middle of the order doing everything tonight for Hastings. All the hits are coming from the 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. Excuse me, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. So now it brings up Cam Constantine. He has 2 hits as well, 2 singles. One in the first, one in the third. Constantine. Well, the new guys, or the new guy, if you will, on the team. Swings and misses on that one. Butterfield, like you said, he hasn't been terribly effective. I mean, he hasn't been like lights out, putting on a clinic out there pitching, but he's been effective when he needed to be.
But 0's on the board, baby.
Yep.
That's the name of the game.
It's not the...
Let your offense do the job and throw strikes when you have to throw strikes, and has done a really good job, and just 3 outs away probably from being in line for the win here today, and barring a major comeback or a major collapse, would be the winning pitcher in this game.
Busters could use something. I mean, even, you've got several outs, a lot of innings left. We're only in the 5th, but I mean, if you could put, if you could hold them at 10 and, put 5 or 6 up, that would give some confidence back at least. Right now you have one. Let's do one at a time, maybe two at a time. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that one, did it hit him?
Yep,
it
off
did.
the foot, so every little bit helps. So 2 singles and a hit batsman here in the 5th, and the Sodbusters getting the opportunity as they are going to have their 5, 6, and 7 hitters trying to do some damage against Butterfield.
Well, you had a error out in the field by North Platte. Then you had a wild pitch to get Harper to third base, so he got the second on the error on the single, and then you got the third wild pitch there, and then got singled in. So now you have a hit by pitch. So things are kind of little quirky things are happening here. And this is what I was talking about. Now Sawyer Duddleston's going to come up. They're going to pinch run, I think, over for first base, perhaps.
Yeah, Constantine, like I say, he's not fully healthy. So they do have him at this point just DHing and not playing in the field. And right now it looks like he is going to stay in the game at first base.
All right, so we'll see what happens there. I'm not sure who they were talking about. I haven't seen Tyson Gertis in a while. He's very fast. So Sawyer Duddleston comes up. Duddleston had a infield single, a hot shot to third base back in the first inning. 2 on here, no outs for Hastings, and that one beans him as well. So things unraveling here for the pitcher, Butterfield, as he's getting his pitch count up there.
And you know that the head coach, J.M. Kelly, says just go out there and throw strikes. So what does he do? Single, hit batsman on consecutive pitches. And if Hastings is going to crawl back in it, they're going to need some help. Well, an error and 2 hit batsmen. And J.M. Kelly, a quick walk to the mound, and Butterfield will not have a chance to win this game despite having a 10-run lead heading into the bottom of the 5th. Just runs out of pitches, runs out of control, 94 pitches thrown, and he is going to be lifted here in the bottom of the 5th.
I would be upset if I was him. I mean, you're up 10-0, or you're up, 10-1. You know, let the guy finish out the inning. You're up by 9. I don't know. Anyways, they're going to do a pitching change, and number here on the pitcher is another right-hander. Get him here in a second. Yeah, that seems like a weird time to make a pitching change.
Yeah, but back-to-back hit batsman. I mean, I understand J.M. Kelly. You want to shut her down right now, and the fact that, I mean, it'd be one thing if the last 2 guys had gotten hits, but it's like I say, just here you go. And so, that I think that's got to be the most irritating aspect of it. Just throw strikes, and, more than likely they're going to be outs the way things are going the last few days. But if you're going to hand them 3 opportunities, then you probably aren't going to be allowed to get a chance to get the win. And now they'll turn it over to their bullpen. Will the North Platte Plainsman? Looks like Will Humphrey is in there now.
Yeah, we saw Humphrey yesterday as well. Humphrey 33 is the number. My thing is that, this Hastings team, they've left 25 guys on base in the last 15 innings, okay, between last night and tonight. And so they're having a hard time getting the run in. I mean, they did score 1 guy this inning, but still, you're up by 9. I'd say if you face 1 more batter, then if you don't do it. It's just me. I've never been a coach. But so Humphrey does come in the game here. The pitcher will take over. We saw him in last night's game. Humphrey, get you some numbers on him here real quick. And for Humphrey, it is Will Humphrey from Beatrice, Nebraska. 24 and 2/3 innings pitched for him, giving up 13 earned runs in that time. Faced 111 batters in the season, struck out 31 of them, only walked 10 guys during that time. So he will take over with the bases loaded here for Hastings. Chance for Matt Lemke to do something here. He's 0 for 2 at the plate with a foul out and a strikeout. Had a tough night at the office in left field early in the game and settled in a little bit there as it's a tough sun. Hard to get used to in left field, and if you haven't played a whole lot of left field here, that's a tough one. Humphrey, his ERA on the season is 4.74. His official record is 4-1. So
he did work an inning yesterday against the Hastings Sodbusters and walked 2, struck out 1, but did not allow a run. Part of the good bullpen work for that Plainsman squad as they were able to earn a 10-inning victory, and their bullpen came in and got the job done. Their starter went to the first 4 innings and 0s on the board the rest of the way for the bullpen.
Yeah, Humphrey still got plenty of gas in the tank. He pitched last night just 1 inning, but he'd gone 8 days without pitching before that. So plenty of rest for him, just throwing the 1 inning last night, facing 5 batters. So he will get Matt Lemke. Bases loaded here. Harper Harper scored. You had Nick Jones on third. You have Constantine on second, and Duddleston on first. So 1 run in on 2 hits this inning for the Busters. An error by North Platte. Two-hit batsman. That's the big thing here. You got to capitalize on that. Here's Matt Lemke at the dish. Takes first pitch in there for a strike. Lemke, 0-for-2 on the day, is the left fielder. We saw him in right field last night. They said he played most of his life, except for this year in high school. He started being an outfielder. He's always been an infielder. 188 on the season. Nice stop there by Lucas Johnson, the catcher. That could save a run. 1-1 strike. So we talk about, the error. You have the wild pitch. You have, just little things like that could get maybe the mojo going for Hastings. It has to be something to get this team going. They did get the one run in. Let's keep it going here with still no outs. Bases loaded. Here is the 1-1 offering. Lemke swings at the slider and misses. It's just a good pitch there by Humphrey. Really starts inside and breaks late. Bases loaded, no outs. One run in this inning for Hastings already here in the bottom of the fifth. They trail 10-1. Will Humphrey's pitch swung on and missed by Lemke, and he is down in the count. No, he's out. Excuse me. 3 strikes.
And that's why you bring in Humphrey in place of Butterfield. Comes in and throws the strikes. Get the first large out with the bases loaded. Now Trevor Matson trying to come through with that opportunity. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Need a couple more here just to feel good about this inning.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to get, okay, you can do the sacrifice fly, get 1 run in, but let's do the double. Let's do the Trevor Madsen double to one of the power alleys. We haven't seen one of those in a few games. Going in there for a strike. North Platte has made their quota of doubles for the night. Let's get a couple on our side here. Bases loaded, 1 out. 1 in for the Busters here in the fifth. Still down by 9 with a 10-1 score. We're having a little bit of technical side issues with our scoreboard today. That one down to third base. They're going to go to second to get 1. Try to go back to first to get Madsen, and they called the double play, and the run will not count on that one. So it's the 5-4-3 double play, and that goes the Busters there in the fifth inning. So they do get 1 on the board. It is 10-1. This is Sodbuster baseball from Duncan Field, and we'll be back in the 6th. All right, welcome back. Buster's able to put a run on the board in the fifth, and for the 6th and 7th inning, here is Steve Stein, and he has a pitching change for you.
Liam Grimble is the third Sodbuster pitcher of the day, making his 6th appearance. 5 of those in relief, 13 and a third innings. He's allowed 5 runs on 11 hits. He has struck out 8. He's walked 15. Has not figured in a decision. 0-0 on the year for Grimble, as he is a right-hander, and he is going to be facing the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for North Platte. So Sodbusters do get a run, but even after that, you kind of have a sour taste in the mouth, as Sodbusters had to run home, had the bases loaded, but a strikeout and a double play ended the threat, and they stranded 2 more and have stranded 9 through the first 5 innings today. 1 run, 8 hits. When you have 8 hits through 5 innings, you feel like you ought to have 4 or 5 runs, but just 1 run today. Meanwhile, North Platte 8 runs on 14 hits with a plethora of 2-out hits. So they had 2 RBI singles back in the 2nd inning to plate their first 2. Came up with a series of 2-out hits, a 2-run double, and 2 RBI doubles in that 4-run third, and then tacked on 4 more in the 4th. Garcia came in to put up a 0 in the 5th inning. He worked 2 innings in relief of J.T. Cafferty and went the first 3. And now Liam Grimble gets his opportunity. Liam, to see him back on the hill, 6'3", 245-pounder out of Paris Junior College. He is signed with Post College in Connecticut, an NCAA Division II team. And he's from Centennial, Colorado, as he is going to be working to Lucas Johnson, right-handed hitting catcher who's reached base twice and scored twice for the North Platte Plainsmen. Same two teams tomorrow, 6:35 here at Duncan Field as Hastings and North Platte wrapping up the 3-game series. Here's the pitch, and a big swing, no contact, no balls, 1 strike on Lucas Johnson out of Wright State. The Canadian stands in the right-handed batter's box against Liam Grimble as Grimble set to go, brings it home. And this one way back to the screen, 4-1, 1 ball, and 1 strike on Lucas Johnson.
I looked up the mascot for post-college. It's Swoop the Eagle.
Ooh, cool. Swoop the Eagle.
Swoop the Eagle. That's a cool name.
All right.
I like that.
Swoop, there it is. 1-1 pitch, and it is hit hard toward the left side. Harper, backhanded stop at shortstop, throw to first, and in time. Good dig there for Watson on the one-hopper. And Johnson is out as Aaron Harper with a strong throw, used the turf, and Watson with a good bailout there, and there's 1 out in inning number 6.
Well, the Busters could really use a 1-2-3 inning here.
Try to get the offense going back again after they did get on the board, as we will see Conor Higgs step in. He's had a huge day. How about 3 for 3? 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs. He had a 2-run double to really open things up in inning number 3. As North Platte taking some early drama out of this one with 2 in the second, 4 in the third, 4 in the fourth, led at 10-0. It's now 10-1. Most of the games this year between these two teams are going right down to the wire. Unless Soundbusters rally, this is going to be one of the few laughers between these two teams, North Platte and Hastings.
Higgs came into tonight batting .529. Currently, he is .556.
Doing okay. He's been
doing
all right. Slow pitch softball numbers. 2-0 pitch is fouled away, and that got a big piece of the umpire right there. And so hopefully he is okay. And the Soundbuster catcher, Nick Jones, looking back and making sure he is all right. 10-1 the score. North Platte on top as we're in the top half of inning number 6 here at Duncan Field. Big homestand for the Soundbusters upcoming after they have a weekend in Fremont, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then Monday off. Tuesday is now an off day as the two teams, Fremont and Hastings, will play a 5:05 doubleheader. That is going to be on Wednesday, and then they'll play a single game on Thursday before North Platte comes back for 3. So 6-game homestand next week. 6 games in 5 days. 2-2 the count after a foul ball off the bat of Conor Higgs.
That could be a late night Tuesday night, or Wednesday night.
Pair of 7-inning games starting at 5:05. Bouncing ball back up the middle. It could be trouble. Harper not going to get that one, and Higgs continues to do okay. 4 for 4, and we're just in the 6th inning this game.
That'll take the average up just a little bit there.
Yep. Conor Higgs out of Louisiana Lafayette, Texas City, Texas, his hometown, and what a performance he's had for the North Platte Plainsmen since joining the team. Here's Oscar Stark. Stark with an RBI double as part of that 4-run third. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored. 10-1. North Platte looking to get that run back that they gave up in the bottom of the 4th. Throw over to first from Liam Grimble. Nice stop for Watson. 1 on, 1 out in the 6th. Oddbuster defensively with Watson at first, Tamia at second, the shortstop Harper, third baseman Trevor Matson, the outfield left to right, Lemke, Kennedy, and Duddleston. Behind the plate, Nick Jones makes a nice grab at that high pitch from the arm of Liam Grimble.
So Higgs' batting average went up 6 points. He's now at .564.
Whew.
Wow.
Going to be hitting 600 before long if he keeps it rolling.
For the end of the game. Keeps going this way.
No kidding. Don't even think about it. 1-0 count. And a big swing, no contact there. 1-1 on Oscar Stark.
You don't see the intentional walk very much. Next time that guy's up, just intentionally walk him. Especially with nobody on.
Stark out of Washington State. 10-1, 10 runs, 14 hits. Make it 15 hits after the single this inning. The pitch, low into the dirt. Count 2-1.
So Fremont not playing tonight, so North Platte, if they win this game, they'll move up a half game. Is the way that'll work. Western Nebraska and Spearfish tied at 1 apiece in the 4th.
The only other game going on, Gem City and Badlands. Gem City's had some time off, so I'm sure they're excited to get back to it. Fremont beat Badlands yesterday 5-2. 2-1 delivery is taken in on the inside corner for strike 2. 2-2 now on Oscar Stark. Runner at first, one out. North Platte leads it 10-1. Top half of inning number 6 here at Duncan Field. Liam Grimble trying to put a 0 on the board.
Blake Burrell's warming up in the bullpen for Hastings.
Turned into a bullpen night after the starter goes 3 innings for Hastings. This is the third Hastings pitcher. And a swing and a miss. Liam Grimble comes back to strike out Stark. 2 outs in the inning. And he is the beer batter. So, yes, you're down 10-1, but at least the beer batter has struck out twice. And you may not even have to remember this game the way it's going.
I was going to say give him a discount anyways.
Yeah. So that will bring to the plate Griffin Myers. And Myers in the 8th spot has 3 hits. Single, double, single, and all 3 of his hits have brought home runs. 3 RBIs for the number 8 hitter. It's been that kind of day for the North Platte Plainsman as the pitch taken outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Trying to win their 4th straight against the Sodbusters. The Sodbusters won the first 2 games of the series in North Platte. But North Platte comes back to win a couple of nail-biters, including a walk-off one. Then they win a 10-inning game yesterday. Bouncing ball to the right side to Mia. Handles it, throws to first in time. It bobbled initially, but threw out Myers, and good job for Liam Grimble to put a 0 on the board. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left, and we had 2. Bottom half of inning number 6, it remains North Platte 10, Hastings 1, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Nebraska Realty is a homegrown company that is deeply invested in the communities it serves. They are the largest independent real estate brokerage in the state with over 950 agents serving communities all across Nebraska. Nebraska Realty operates on the same principles and values as the people of this state: honesty, hard work, community, and people. They recently opened an office in Hastings and are excited to be part of the community and do their part in helping it thrive. See what Nebraska Realty can do for you at nebraskarealty.com.
Head to the bottom half of inning number 6. Sodbusters trail by a score of 10-1. Will Humphrey out for his 2nd inning work. He would be the winning pitcher in relief of Bryce Butterfield. Butterfield going the first 4 innings, but then got into trouble in the 5th. Gave up a pair of singles, then hit back-to-back batters, and J.M. Kelly had seen enough, so brought in Humphrey. And what a job for Humphrey. Gets a strikeout of Matt Lemke, and then a 5-4-3 double play off the bat of Trevor Matson. So Humphrey did the job, come in for this squad through just 6 pitches to get 3 outs. And really after all of that, you felt like you needed 2 or 3 to feel pretty good about that inning. They get only 1, and it's a 10-1 game as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Yeah, they only did leave 1 on base, though. I
2.
guess that's... Oh,
Yep,
you're right.
yep, mhm.
There was 2.
So that would mean that the Sodbusters have left 9 through the first 5 innings after leaving 17 yesterday.
Oof. Well, Jacobs comes up, and he, he's been a highlight to this team. Or Jacob Boston, with his arm. He leads, he's 2nd in ERA, and he's done with his bat. I mean, yeah, he's only batting .240, but man, this guy can play a really good first base for you, and he's just doing a good job.
Walk his first time up. He grounded out in inning number 4, and stands here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Sodbusters down by a score of 10-1. As the right-handed pitcher brings it home and blows it by. Watson, no balls and 1 strike on Jacob, who plays at Franciscan University in Ohio. The Barons, a Division III team, and Jacob earning some postseason recognition for that squad, a sports psychology major. A couple of high school teammates on this Sodbuster team. 0-1 delivery, and a swing and a miss, no balls and 2 strikes. One of those guys was featured before the game today as Josh visited with Sam Adams. He is one of the Nolan Catholic guys, to go along with Will Horton. No balls, 2 strikes on Jacob Watson, standing in the left-handed box against the big right-hander Will Humphrey. Humphrey can bring it. And it puts this pitch high for a ball, 1 ball, and 2 strikes on Jacob Watson.
3 straight fastballs from Humphrey.
And at this point, up 10-1. Don't get fancy. Just throw strikes and try to get outs, because usually if you throw strikes, you're going to have a pretty decent chance at getting outs here at Duncan Field.
And you have good defense behind you, too.
Humphrey's 1-2 delivery. And Watson stays alive, fouls it off. Still 1-2 on Jacob Watson. Same 2 teams tomorrow night, 6:35 here at Duncan Field. Then the Sodbusters a brief 3-game road trip to Fremont to take on the Moo. Off Monday, off Tuesday. That's a change in the schedule. Then a 5:05 doubleheader with Fremont here on Wednesday before a single game with Fremont Thursday, and then 3 with the Plainsman Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 1-2 pitch is grounded down the first base line, but foul.
That was a close one. He would have probably been out on that.
Although the pitcher was a little slow to get off the mound, I think he thought it was going to be foul all the way, and it may have been interesting to see that foot race between De La Cruz and Watson.
I'm pretty sure that Sam Adams and Jacob Watson are roomies while they're staying here.
Yeah, very cool.
They were talking about that today. Just when I was interviewing Sam, he walked by and said something.
Well, like I said, what a cool opportunity for those 3 to go along with Will Horton. They graduate high school. They go to 3 different colleges thinking they're probably never going to play together again, and talking things over in the off-season, having a chance to come back together probably one last time. Very, very cool for these 3 to have a chance to play summer ball here in Hastings, Nebraska. And if you told them 3 or 4 years ago, oh, by the way, you're all going to be playing together in Nebraska, when one of them's going to Ohio, you've got them all over the place. One went to Arkansas, and Sam Adams down at Western Texas, although he's now signed with Stephen F. Austin. Great opportunity for him to move on to the next level. Swing and a miss after all of that. Good job for Will Humphrey to blow it by Jacob Watson. So 1 up, 1 down here in inning number 6. Second strikeout for Humphrey since coming in, as he has faced the minimum. And he will be going against Tegan Tamiya's 0 for 2. And he has a strikeout and a flyout. His first 2 at-bats, both of those coming against Bryce Butterfield.
Well, Watson, at least after being down 0-2 right away, took him to 6 or 7 pitches, so I guess that's a highlight.
It's that kind of day.
Right.
When that's a highlight.
Yeah.
10-1 the score. North Platte on top. The pitch. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Tegan Tamiya, the Washburn Ichabod in there. Entrepreneurship and innovation major.
See, look where the third baseman is. He could drop a bunt down that line easy with his speed, get on first.
And at this point, hey, any way to ignite the offense.
Mcminn is back off of third.
1-0. And Tamiya stands in, swings away instead, and pops it up. Foul territory, but out of play. And the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike on Tegan Tamiya.
Well, we had an error on the stands over here. This kid didn't catch the ball.
Ooh.
Can we slap an error up on him?
Get him out of there.
I think he's like 7. Well, no, he's probably 10. He should have caught that.
Well, you're rough, man.
Hey, you got a glove, all right?
He had it, all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
If it was bare hand, I would have looked past it.
All right. 1 and get him out running. 1-1 the count. The pitch. High and tight. 2 balls and a strike on Tegan Tamiya. Washburn University, an outstanding spring in the MIAA and made an NCAA Central Regional. Tegan played 9 games, so a great chance for him to get a lot of at-bats here in the summer as he tries to get some more regular playing time for Washburn. Pitch is taken high for ball 3. A couple of teammates on this Sodbuster team are Washburn Ichabods, including Jake Schroeder. And then Sodbusters also going to have one guy who has signed now with Washburn, Blake Scott. 3-1 the count, the pitch. Tamiya right back up the middle, could be trouble, and it's off the glove of the shortstop and into center field for a base hit. Great effort for Lawson. It showed good range, but Tamiya is able to get it through, and a single for Tamiya. 1 on, 1 out. Sodbusters down 10-1 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, that's what speed does. I mean, he knows he's a fast runner, so Lawson's over there thinking, okay, I'm going to have to hurry up on this play, and he just overthought it, and he couldn't get the ball, and by then Tamiya's already safe.
Garrett Kennedy's hit a wall, and I think I should have never made the comment that he's my Sodbuster MVP, because I think since that time he's really struggled. And 3 strikeouts today for Garrett Kennedy in a leadoff spot. There'll be days like this, and it's been a tough last couple of days for Garrett Kennedy. He's been one of the more consistent players, certainly a great outfielder for this team. He's first pitch swinging and pops this one high in the air on the right side. It's in foul territory, and a great job for the first baseman De La Cruz to battle the slope but right off the turf and into the grass to make the grab. And Garrett Kennedy's not going to be pleased with that, as one pitch here and he is out. That will bring to the plate Aaron Harper's had a good day. He's reached base 3 times, couple of singles, and he has scored the lone run for the Sodbusters. 10-1, North Platte on top. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Scheduled 9-inning affair here in the Independence League. You'll play 9 innings unless you play a doubleheader, and there'll be a pair of 7-inning games here in Hastings on Wednesday when the Fremont Moo come to town. That schedule change just announced during the game today as Harper fouls the first pitch away, no balls, and 1 strike on Aaron Harper. Harper, kinesiology major out of Hemet, California, and now at Northern Illinois, where he was an everyday player for the Huskies in the spring.
I'm trying to think how big a town Hemet is. It's not very big. It's in San Diego County. I should know this, but I don't.
0-1 the count, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th, 10-1 the score, and a throw over to first. Mia not going anywhere, and he's back in safely as Will Humphrey keeping him close, trying to put up a 0 for his 2nd inning of work here for the North Platte Plainsman.
Okay, Hemet's not what I was thinking. I was thinking Hamul. Hemet is 84,000 people.
All right.
Hamul, California, is much smaller.
0-1 delivery, and that's right across for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes on Aaron Harper. Runner at first. 2 men out for the Hastings Sodbusters as they trail it by a score of 10-1 in the bottom of the 6th. And Will Humphrey brings the pitch home. Bouncer foul off of Harper, and Harper from Hemet, California, not
Hamul.
And Hamul has
57,000 people, or 5,700.
Yes,
yes,
okay.
And then 84,000 in Hemet.
All right.
So
California trivia.
that's still a small town in
happens
California.
Yes,
84,000.
California trivia. That's what we're talking about here when it's 10-1 at the bottom of the 6th. Sodbusters trail it here at Duncan Field on a warm night. Wind blowing in from center field here at Duncan, 408 to straightaway center. As the Hastings Sodbusters going to get a base hit there from Harper. He's had a big day, and runners at first and second at 2 outs. It's a good day for Aaron Harper. 3 for 3 for him. He's reached base 4 times, and that'll bring to the plate Nick Jones. And Nick has had a big day. Like I say, you look at the number of hits, and you figure you're going to be a part of the game. 10 hits in less than 6 innings of baseball, but the Sodbusters still with just 1 run on the board.
Yeah, and, Harper wasn't in last night's game except for a late pinch hit. He had really struggled at North Platte the first 4 games of the series, and then tonight he has more hits than he had combined in those 3 games.
So maybe see him get going. And like I say, you're just looking for signs of life for the offense. Well, 10 hits is one sign. Now you need to calculate those to runs. And Nick Jones trying to keep it going. He has the lone RBI of the day and his 3 for 3 day for the Hastings Sodbusters, product of Arkansas Tech, Little Rock Baptist High School. He's an engineering major.
So Luke Bay just talking about the balls and strikes here. Luke not happy. You've never seen him this really fired up. He is pretty upset.
And he's going to get run. He's going to get thrown out right here. And is that by design? Sometimes you see a manager who will come out and try to get a team fired up.
That's kind of my thought, actually. That's exactly what I thought.
I've seen managers say, "Okay, I'm going to go get run."
Especially Luke. I mean, he is never, that way.
I'm going to go get run.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
And there's been some questionable calls all night. I don't think that was the most questionable pitch I've seen all night, but there have been some, and this might be the time. Like you said, it might be something by design.
And in no way has that had any influence on this game. I think it's been a pretty well umpired game.
Right, yeah, it hasn't.
And it's, North Platte is flat handing it to Hastings. It's
Oh,
not,
definitely.
There's no umpiring issue here
Right.
today. So,
So
like
that's
I said,
why it
I
looks
think
more
that
like it's in design, but that way.
Yeah, it's like it's not like Hastings is getting hosed today. Hastings is just getting pounded today because North Platte's played better. 10-1 the score, and the count no balls and 1 strike, and that's on the outside corner for strike 2. So now Chris Ceballos has to be careful because otherwise you're going to have the guy with the afro
Right.
coming in to coach. That's
In his
Scott
bell
Galusha.
bottoms,
Yeah,
right.
Yep, so.
Nobody wants to see that.
And like I said, that could be just maybe a motivating influence for the Hastings Sodbusters, Luke Bay. So here's the 0-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss, and down goes Nick Jones for the first time today, and Will Humphrey has his 3rd strikeout since coming in, trying to put up a 0, and does so here as the Sodbusters do not score. No runs on 2 hits. They leave 2 more, and we head to the 7th inning. It's 10-1 North Platte. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your wave. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Head of the 7th inning, 10-1 the score. Hastings Sodbusters on the short end, and they will use their 4th pitcher of the day as we get a look at Blake Burrows. Burrows making his 3rd appearance. He's thrown 3 innings, allowing 2 runs on 3 hits. He struck out 3, he's walked 3, an ERA of 6.00. So the left-hander will come in and try to put up a 0, just like Liam Grimble did last inning. It'll be 9-1-2 coming up against the Hastings left-hander, Blake Burrows. Hastings Sodbusters really never a part of this one. They trailed 2-0 after the 2nd, and North Platte virtually put it on ice with a 4-run 3rd. You felt like, is it really going to happen today? And then North Platte added 4 more in the 4th to take a 10-0 lead. Sodbusters got a consolation run in inning number 5, and that's been it so far. And the Sodbusters continue to strand tons of runners, 11 stranded runners through the first 5 innings of this one as they trail it by a score of 10-1.
I was talking to Blake yesterday. That glove is it looks like it's brand new. I said, did you do something to it? He goes, nope. It's just so shiny and new.
Huh.
Looks very new.
Blake Burrows has traveled far and wide from his hometown of Weatherford, Texas. He was joking about, I don't think he was joking. He's looking for a college, but it needs to be closer than 8 hours to his home, because his first 3 years he spent at Kansas State. That's an 8-hour trip north. And then last year, Texas Rio Grande Valley, about an 8-hour trip south. First pitch outside from the arm of Blake Burrows. Jalen Ruffin taking ball 1, 1 ball, and no strikes. So Blake Burrows trying to come in and put up a 0 for the Sodbusters. Brings this pitch. It's on the inside corner for strike, 1 ball, and 1 strike. Guy who can do a couple of different things in terms of swinging the bat. Solid outfielder, and has turned into a decent arm out of the pen. Ruffin lofts this one high in the air, short right field, and on comes Sawyer Duddleston with a defensive gem today. Sawyer Duddleston is putting on a show out there as he called off Tegan Tamiya and makes the grab out there for the Hastings Sodbusters.
So I'm looking up stats here on Blake's brother, Bo Burrows. He's played Major League Baseball. He's played in 11 games in his career. Dodgers, Twins, and Tigers. So that's kind of cool. His brother's right-handed, also a pitcher.
Blake Burrows now going to be working to the top of the order. A.J. Lawson, left-hander, and pitches missing for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes. For Blake, his last appearance, June 26th against the Prospects. In an 8-4 loss, he worked an inning and 2/3, allowed 2 runs on 2 hits, walked 3, and struck out 1. Pitches across for strike 1-1. His first outing coming against the Moo, and he worked an inning and third. No runs on one hit with a couple of Ks in his Sodbuster pitching debut. Blake brings the pitch home. Blew it by Lawson, 1-2 the count on AJ.
Well, and I kind of wondered earlier why Burrows didn't come in and pinch run for Constantine, and maybe this is why.
Yep. Plus, it's really hard. And if Constantine is okay at all to run, you hate to pull him out because all he can do is DH, and he's been on base 3 times. When you're an offense struggling, it's hard to take a guy who has 2 hits and has been on 3 times out of the game, particularly in a 10-1 game.
Yeah.
It'd be one thing if you were looking for more speed to get the tying run on there, but if you're going to make a huge comeback, you probably want his bat in the lineup for a couple of more times. And so they did leave Constantine in the game at that time, and now Blake out of the pen. 1-2 pitch is outside. 2-2 on Lawson. Top of the order up for North Platte here in the 7th inning. 10-1 the score. The Plainsmen with the lead. They've been solid against this Hastings team during the course of the year, and looking to keep it going here at Duncan Field. They won a July 4th contest here by a score of 7-4. And then yesterday, finding a way to win in extra innings and try to go a perfect 3-0 here at Duncan Field against the Hastings Sodbusters. Bouncing ball to the left side. Could be a tough play. It's going to be fielded by Harper, who then throws wildly and around first, headed to second at Lawson. The throw is not going to be in time. It'll be a single off the bat of Lawson. No chance to really get him, and the throw is going to allow him to get to second base. A runner in scoring position with 1 out now for Drew Sturgeon.
Yeah, I think it would be a throwing error there, but nice backing up by the catcher. Good job down there by Nick Jones to get that back up, and they almost got him going to second.
Yep, made a decent throw over to second base, but now runner in scoring position for Drew Sturgeon, center fielder for North Platte, who's been on base 3 times. He has a couple of singles and a walk and 2 stolen bases for this North Platte team. They lead it by a score of 10-1 as Blake Burrows out for his first inning of work. J.T. Cafferty worked the first 3 innings, allowed 6 runs on 9 hits. Then it was Danny Garcia for 2 innings, allowing 4 runs on 5 hits. Liam Grimble, a scoreless inning, and now Blake Burrows out there for the Hastings Sodbusters. 10-1 the score. Same 2 teams tomorrow. Then the Sodbusters off to Fremont for 3. They'll be back home to play Fremont. 3 games, 2 days. They'll have a doubleheader on Wednesday, single game on Thursday, and then North Platte returns next weekend for 3.
Hastings only has 3 days off this entire month. So a lot of baseball very soon.
But that's why you play summer ball. You want to get out there and get an opportunity to play. 1-1 the counts as Burrows brings the pitch home, and that's low into the dirt. Good stop there for Nick Jones.
And I do like, they started the schedule earlier this year, so then games in sooner. Last year we were playing into August. Guys have to report back to college, and so it really messes with your roster, especially playoff time.
Yeah, you hope that you have most of your dudes if you're able to make the playoffs, and last year it was basically replacement players at the end of the year. And so, see how it goes this season. Pitch is fouled away. Already the Sodbusters have had to say goodbye to a few guys, including Dallin Quigley, who's off to North Dakota State. Manny Herrera has returned to Panama before heading off to his next college stop, Point Park in Pennsylvania. So we wish Manny the best. And Brett Zimmerman headed back to California after getting an illness, and hopefully he'll be okay to get back to Loyola Marymount in the fall. So he's got mono.
And Jake Bigham went to coach.
Yep. 2-2 the count. Pitch fouled away by Drew Sturgeon. Runner at second base and 1 man out. Top of the 7th inning, 10-1 the score. North Platte on top of the Hastings Sodbusters.
Now I'm debating my post-game interview to ask Luke about that situation with him getting ejected last inning.
Yeah, why not? Part of it. Pitch swung on and missed at 1 in the dirt. Nice stop for Jones, who will throw down to complete the strikeout. No advancement from Lawson. And Sturgeon is out. 2 outs the inning, and Angel De La Cruz will try to salvage this inning for North Platte. De La Cruz, A 2-run double as part of a 4-run fourth. He's 1 for 4 on the day.
Jacob Schroeder helping keep stats down there, kind of playing assistant manager right now in the dugout.
10-1 the score.
Ceballos wearing the daddy pants when Luke Bay got kicked out.
Here's the pitch. De La Cruz rifles this one into left field, and that's a base hit. Runners will be at first and third, I think. The runner lost and kind of forgot the situation. He did not go on the hit. Just advanced to third. Certainly would have had an opportunity to score had he been off with the strike of the ball.
Yeah, and as you say that, it did look like he took off late, so I don't think he knew what was going on.
Did not realize there were 2 outs in the inning, and now runners at the corners with a 10-1 score, and Burrow's going to try to work his way through Sage McGinn, who's 2 for 4 on the day with 2 runs scored. North Platte taking the air out of this hometown crowd early on. 2 in the second, 4 in the third, 4 in the fourth. It was 10-0 at that time. Sodbusters have got the only run since.
Sage McKinn, my favorite name on their team today. Cam Constantine, ours.
0-1 delivery, and this pitch is taken for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm very partial to a guy who's now left the team, Giancarlo Servine.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed him, and he was a good player for that squad from North Platte. Hard to go wrong with Sawyer Duddleston for the Hastings
That's true, too.
Pitch swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sage Mcminn.
Yep, and Constantine was just my favorite name today.
Yeah.
I do them daily. I pick them.
1-2 the count with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. It's all North Platte. Pitch fouled away. Up off the screen near the North Platte dugout. It remains 1-2 on McMinn. North Platte under head coach J.M. Kelly and his assistant coach Eric Sandos. Both of those guys are down at Texas A&M Kingsville with Kelly an assistant and Sandos a graduate assistant. 1-2 delivery. This lofted high in the air, right field could be trouble. Duddleston goes back, has it measured, and makes the play. Sawyer's been really good in right field today for the Hastings Sodbusters. That kind of hung up a little bit. And North Platte does not score. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left. And we head to the bottom half of inning number 7. Stretch time here at Duncan Field. North Platte 10, Hastings 1. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Eagle Distributing and Budweiser are proud to be sponsoring the Hastings Sodbusters. Budweiser has been linked to organized baseball since 1980 with a continued commitment to celebrate America's favorite pastime. The Budweiser brand was introduced in 1876 using time-honored brewing methods such as beechwood aging, which provides unparalleled balance and character. Each batch of Budweiser stays true to the same family recipe used by 5 generations of Busch family brewmasters. We welcome you to enjoy a cold Budweiser while cheering on your favorite hometown team, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the latest in news, sports, and local interest stories with the Hastings Tribune. The Tribune's award-winning staff provides you with the best in local content from the news you need to amazing photographic moments to the latest in Sodbuster baseball news. Check out the classifieds, browse the business directory, and more. The Hastings Tribune, always a good read. Pick up the latest issue or subscribe today. Both print and e-editions are available. HastingsTribune.com. The Hastings Tribune, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. We will head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Hastings Sodbusters on the short end of a 10-1 score as North Platte going to bring in a new right-hander. Will Humphrey working a couple innings in relief of Bryce Butterfield and try to catch a number on this. It looks like it's 19 for the North Platte Plainsman. Nope, that's not 19 because Bryce Butterfield was 19.
So, is there an 18? Turn around.
Silver numbers, and let's see. All right.
Well, it does look like 19, though.
But it's not.
I know. 18.
Preston Davis is listed as a left-hander. So I'll take the glasses off, get the old binocs, and he's turned his back a couple of times. It looks like 16.
Okay. It's tough with those silver numbers. That's Brock Hendricks. We saw him last night. Got the win last night, in fact, out of the bullpen.
So Brock Hendricks, but he's listed as a left-handed pitcher, so I am not sure. So
they must have switched. I'm going to look at the lineup card while you do that and see if he's on there.
How about 18? Preston, now he's listed as a left-handed pitcher, too.
I'm going to look at the lineup card here.
All right, let's just double-check this here. And okay, the Hastings Sodbusters trail it by a score of 10-1 as we are heading into the bottom half of.
Oh, they didn't list their backups.
7.
So I'm waiting for Andy to get it. Apparently he doesn't know either.
It's 18. So right now, I guess we're going to go with Preston Davis.
All right.
I could have listed. Maybe he's pitching right hand today.
Ambidextrous.
So Preston Davis, that has been the announcement. So we're going to go with that. Preston Davis out of Arkansas Little Rock. Texarkana, Arkansas is his hometown. We'll get an opportunity to see him on the mound as he will try to put up a 0 and put his team a little bit closer to victory as Preston Davis getting his opportunity. 7th appearance. He's worked 5 and a third innings, allowing 2 runs on 1 hit. He has struck out 7, walked 10. He's got a 1-0 record and an ERA of 3.37 as he is going to be battling it out here against the Hastings Sodbusters, and he'll face Cam Constantine first off.
So they're trying to trick us by saying he's left-handed, but he's not. And he could be ambidextrous, like you said.
And Cam Constantine stands in. Preston Davis taking over for Will Humphrey, would stand to be the winning pitcher if this score holds. Sodbusters down to their final 9 outs of this one, and Constantine, first pitch swinging, and fouls it off, and an error on the Hastings first base coach who's not happy with that, and he's pointing to the turf saying, hey, it hit off the lip right there. It's not my fault. I think that's Ryan Jacobs down the first base line for the Hastings Sodbusters, having a moment with first baseman De La Cruz, I believe, as the pitch is taken outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. These two teams very familiar with one another as they are playing here again after a series in North Platte, 4 games. Now they get 2 in a row here and 1 more tomorrow, so 7 games in a row. And Sodbusters, after winning the first 2, apparently going to drop their 4th straight to North Platte.
Well, Western Nebraska's losing tonight, too. They've lost 3 in a row. They're trailing 5-1 right now in the 5th at home against Spearfish.
They've got that nice opportunity that they know they are going to be in the postseason playoff regardless after they won the first half. And it was such a dogfight at the end with Western Nebraska closing strong. They ended up tying North Platte for the first half title, but they had won the head-to-head series against the Plainsman. That's North Platte going to have to win the second half. Fremont leads the division in the second half, but North Platte could pull to within a game with a win here tonight. 2-2 pitch on the way. And that's in the dirt. Still some time for the Sodbusters because they're basically playing the teams in front of them the rest of the way. If you find a way to put together a good streak against North Platte and Fremont, you have a chance to help your own cause, or you can fall quickly out of the race, just depending on how it goes. 3-2 pitch on the way, and Constantine grounds it back up the middle, and there's a nice little silver lining as Constantine is aboard for the 4th time. He is 3 for 3 on the day, the designated hitter for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Yeah, as advertised, they said this guy can swing a mean bat, and he really has. I'm very impressed with him. He's had good at-bats, too.
11 hits for the Sodbusters and 1 run. It is hard to score only 1 run on 11 hits.
They found a way.
And the right-handed hitter, Sawyer Duddleston, he is 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch, and Duddleston chops this one high. Second baseman's got it, throws to the shortstop for 1, and then a wild throw. Bounces back out into the field of play, but no chance for advancement. Oh my goodness, that was like 5 feet over the first baseman's head. It'll just go as a fielder's choice grounder off the bat of Sawyer Duddleston, and second baseman to shortstop to get the fielder's choice there, but Lawson unleashed a wild one. Oscar Stark made the good stop, goes 4-6 on the put out, and a good job for Lucas Johnson to back up the play.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, he got down there quick.
And so 1 on, 1 out for Matt Lemke. Lemke is 0 for 3 on the day, a couple of strikeouts and a pop-up. After he had a 3-hit game yesterday, his first of his Sodbuster career.
I did give a pregame interview with him, so did I jinx him?
I think I don't think it mattered who you interviewed today. It was you needed to interview about half the North Platte players.
There you go. That's what I need to do. I need to go talk to those guys.
Oh my gosh!
If that's going to be the case, if I'm going to jinx him.
Woo! Yeah, if you're gonna, you need to jinx about every guy who hit with 2 outs seemingly the first 4 innings, because they were able to find a way to get the big 2-out hits and put this one away early. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Matt Lemke after that foul ball off the bat of the Kansas State recruit. Going to be playing in Wildcat land, wearing the purples after he played his high school ball at Blue Valley Northwest. Big swing, no contact, 1-2 the count, as pitcher for the North Platte Plainsman is Preston Davis.
Said he lived a little time in California, too. Even though he lives in Overland Park, he was born in New York.
He's born in New York, lived in California, and now he's in Kansas. Huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's a Yankees and Royals fan, he said.
Okay.
And
2-2 the count on Lemke.
Steve will have that full interview tomorrow for pregame.
10-1 the score. Hastings Sodbusters are on the short end here, as the right-handed pitcher winds and delivers. Taken upstairs, 3-2 on Lemke. Matt Lemke tried to advance the runner on, a leadoff single for Constantine, erased on a fielder's choice grounder off the bat of Sawyer Dedleston, and now Matt Lemke at the plate, just out of high school, getting a chance to see college pitching here in the summer. 3-2 pitch, just misses, and Lemke earns a walk. So runners at first and second, and Trevor Matson will come to the plate for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Yeah, so 2 on there, so that's good for the Busters. Maybe get a little something going. You were able to scrape 1 run back in the 5th, but that is all they have done with 11 hits. Just the 1 has crossed home.
Matson had one of the key at-bats if the Sodbusters were going to make a comeback. He came to the plate with the bases loaded, only 1 man out back in the 5th, but hit into a 5-4-3 double play to end the frame and to end the inning as the Sodbusters continue to strand runners in massive amounts. 11 runners stranded today after they stranded 17 yesterday in a 4-2 10-inning loss. Here's the pitch. Madsen takes upstairs for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes on the Californian, Trevor Matson.
Here's an interesting fact. So Matt Lemke, born in New York, former Major League Baseball player who's also a second baseman, Mark Lemke, born in New York, Utica, New York.
Okay.
And he's old enough to be his dad. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a coincidence, but
1-0 delivery, and Matson fists this one into right field for a base hit. Rounding third, here comes the run home. They're going to try to cut off the runner at third. No chance there. And there's an RBI single off the bat of Trevor Matson. The Sodbusters have their second run of the day as Sawyer Dedleston scores, and Matt Lemke ends up at third, and Hastings is down by a score of 10-2 here in the 7th inning.
Well, that feels good for T-Dog. He's been struggling at the plate there to get the RBI, to get the run in, just to fire the crowd up a little bit, so good for him.
Jacob Watson comes to the plate now, 0 for 2 for Watson. Runners at the corner, still only 1 man out. Again, fundamental baseball. You want to at least get 1 more out of this one. Try to do the little things right, just to kind of set the foundation for tomorrow and for the rest of this summer's campaign.
Madsen had 3 hits in that first game against the Plainsman on July 10th. 3 RBIs in that game. Hasn't had one since till now.
As Matson leads away from first. Pitch swung on and missed. Trevor had only 1 hit in the series, but it was a home run.
If you're going to do it right.
Don't have many here at Duncan Field. Bill Woodfield much more forgiving of home runs as this Hastings squad and the opponents. Nobody has a home run here at Duncan Field in the summer campaign. 0-1 delivery. Watson takes this one upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike on Jacob Watson.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about that last night, and I said there's an actual list of home runs hit out of Duncan Field. That's how rare it is.
Yep. And for Hastings this year, they do have 5 home runs total. Contrast that with North Platte, the Plainsman, with 15. Watson swings and misses here. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jacob Watson, the left-handed hitter, against the right-handed pitcher, Preston Davis, in his first inning out of the pen for North Platte.
Yeah, Watson really hasn't had a good couple of bats. He struck out last time, was overmatched by the fastball, just not getting good swings here on this one either.
A walk his first time up, grounded out to the second baseman in inning number 4. We're now in the 7th, and it's 10-2. Sodbusters on the short end of this one. Davis out of the stretch, runners at the corners, and the pitch, and that's taken upstairs. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Same 2 teams tomorrow, 6:35, and then the Sodbusters off to Fremont for the weekend series. Back home next week as the Hastings team will play 6 games in 5 days now. Schedule change announced today. No game Tuesday, 5:05 doubleheader Wednesday instead. Pitch is taken outside, now 3-2 on Jacob Watson.
So yeah, we heard it on the PA, so hopefully, I don't know if they were going to tell us that.
Well, then we had a chance to get Scott in the booth, and he did verify.
Yeah, he usually tells us in the interviews.
So, yeah.
Let's give him a hard time. Still like the wig.
He looked good.
He should wear that more often.
3-2 pitch, and that's taken upstairs. So back-to-back, well, actually, 2 walks in the last 3 batters, and they're loaded up. But if the Sodbusters are going to make this game somewhat interesting, it would certainly be nice to put up a big crooked number here in the 7th inning with Tegan Tamia trying to do the job. He had a single his last time up.
Yeah, just need something in the power alley because you got some pretty good speed on the bases there, but especially at third base. The outfield playing very shallow right now, so he's going to have to get a looper or something through the left side, perhaps. Big hole in the 5-5 hole between short and third.
2 runs, 12 hits for the Hastings Sodbusters. 10 runs, 15 hits for North Platte.
Last night Hastings had 8 hits, only scored 2 runs.
And an amazing number of stranded runners over the last game and a half. Big swing, no contact. It went up in the eyes of Tegan Tamia. He'll not be happy with that, because even if he gets a piece of it, it's popped straight up into the air.
Yeah, he swung at one of those earlier, too. He's only 5'6", and he's helping him out when it's up by his head, swinging at him.
No balls, 1 strike, the count on Tegan Tamia for the Hastings Sodbusters. Down 10-2 here in inning number 7. The pitch. Down low, 1-1 on Tegan.
I haven't seen a whole lot of North Platte fans. Usually they bring some fans with them last time they were here, but I haven't seen too many.
Well, midweek. It's
it could be,
a little different situation when you're playing on the weekend and you come down, spend the night, and, of course, $5 gas doesn't help either.
That's true.
1-1 delivery. Line drive, left field, base hit, maybe. Gonna throw home and safe at home. Had a chance probably get a force at third because all the runners had to hold. Tegan Tamia able to get this one into left field. And you mentioned the fact that everybody playing shallow, as Ruffin may have had a chance to get a force play at third base. As it stands, Tamia with a single. That brings home Matt Lemke. Trevor Matson advances to third, Jacob Watson to second, and all of a sudden the Sodbusters have 2 on the board, still bases loaded and only 1 out, and get an extra base hit here, and you maybe think about getting back into this one.
Yeah, it almost looked like Ruffin let that ball because he was hoping to throw somebody out. I don't know if he just lost it in the lights or what, but it looked like he could have caught that.
Bases loaded still for the Sodbusters. Kennedy offered at 1 up in his eyes, and he's really struggled today. 3 strikeouts and a pop-up, and that first check swing not going to make him very pleased when he sees that. 3 runs, 13 hits for the Sodbusters. North Platte's got only 15 hits, but they lead by 7. 10-3, a football-like score, and the pitch is fouled back. Quickly, 2 strikes on Garrett Kennedy. Still only 1 man out for the Hastings Sodbusters as they are down by 7 here in inning number 7.
So for Kennedy, in 29 at-bats against the Plainsman in this series, he has 6 hits total. And those all coming on the road. I take that back. He had 3. Yeah, they're all on the road.
He had a 3-hit game. So
right. Yeah, that was Sunday or Monday.
Out of the stretch, the pitch. That's low and in the dirt. Catcher has no idea where it is. It's going to be a wild pitch. Sodbusters may have a chance to get a second run home. Here comes the throw, and it's going to be wild. And here comes Tegan Tamia down the line.
Wow.
And another run will score. The wild pitch scores 2. The throwing error for the catcher scores a 3rd. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a big crooked number on the board. And Hastings feels like they are right back in this game.
What, Steve? I see 6 out there. Is that right? 6 for us?
Yes.
3-run score on a wild pitch.
Yep, it ends up being the wild pitch to score the first 2, and then the throwing error scores the 3rd one.
Did I say something quirky? We need something quirky to happen.
That was about as quirky as it gets. 0-2 pitch to Kennedy, and he takes strike 3, so 2 outs in the inning.
4 strikeouts for Kennedy. So remember last night when the ball rolled in the Sodbusters dugout? This time I was afraid it was going to roll in the dugout, and it didn't. It stopped, and that helped. And then another bad throw to home, and rolled over by the Sodbuster dugout. It didn't roll in again. It went over by the third baseline.
So the
What a weird play.
Sodbusters have 5 in the inning, and now you feel like I say, you're very much a part of the game at 10-6. And Aaron Harper will come to the plate, and Harper's had a huge day, and they ignite a 2-out rally. Harper's been on base all 4 times. The pitch, 1-0, and you give free passes, you allow teams to stick around, and that's what happens. The Sodbusters now taking advantage of some of those opportunities. 2 walks in the inning to go along with 3 hits, and Hastings now has 6 on the board in the game as the pitch is a little bit outside. Nope, they're going to say he offered at it, and the count goes to 1 strike on Aaron Harper. 10-6 the score now, after it was 10-0 at one point, but 1 run in the 4th inning, 5 runs here in the 7th. Sodbusters getting 1 run in the 5th, I should say, and 5 here in the 7th to crawl back in it. Pitch fouled away, 1-2 now on Aaron Harper. So at least 1 error in this inning. I'm just going to go with 1 at this point. The throwing error for the catcher to allow Tamiya to score. We'll say the first 2 runs score on the wild pitch. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that's way high, 2-2 on Aaron Harper.
3 errors in the game for North Platte after having none last night. 2 of them on 1 play.
Hastings Sodbusters trying to battle back here, and they've certainly done that. Being out hit in the game, being outscored in the game, but have crawled a little closer. Pop up, that should end the inning. De La Cruz makes the play on Harper. Sodbusters do send 8 to the plate, and they score 5 times, and they are back in the game. After 7 complete, it is North Platte 7, I should say 10, and Hastings 6. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings Sodbusters battling back here as they played 5 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 official error for the North Platte Plainsman. Sodbusters have been out hit in the game officially 17-13. They are down by a score of 10-6 and take it through the final 2 innings. It's Josh Salmon.
All right, thank you, Steve. Wow, what a wild, crazy inning there for the Sodbuster offense. It'd be nice to come out here and put up another 0 against North Platte. You look at them, North Platte, okay, they have 10 runs, but they haven't scored anything since the 4th, so hopefully I'm not jinxing it. But their runs came early and often, scoring 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 4th, and 4 in the 4th. 16 hits for them, 17 for them, and 13 for Hastings. So you have 30 hits in the game. It's crazy. So coming up here for North Platte, it's going to be Johnson, Higgs, and Stark. Johnson leading things off here. He does not have a hit. One of the few guys in his lineup that does not have a hit. In fact, the only guy that doesn't have a hit that I have, yes. Johnson has walked twice, however. Also grounded out and flew out. Officially 0 for 2. Johnson starting his catcher tonight after coming as a defensive replacement last night. Blake Burrows pitches outside for a ball 1. Burrows at the 16-pitch mark. Came in, pitched in the 7th inning. Here working through the 8th. Lefty comes set. Pitch on the way. Now hit to center field. Running in, making the catch. That one just kind of hung up there for a long time is Garrett Kennedy. The first one who left the bat, I thought it was going to be something dangerous, but it hung up there, and there's one down.
Good start for Burroughs, trying to put up another 0. You get a quick 1-2-3 here and, played a couple of runs in the 8th. You really feel like you got a chance heading into the 9th.
Yeah, I mean, even if you lose the game by 2, it's like, but the smiles on the guys' faces when they put 5 runs up that inning, that was just something I really hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah.
Here is Conor Higgs. 4 hits for this guy. He's batting, what is he, 800 now? What's his batting average? It's 529. Something? I got to look. It's higher than that. So for Higgs, they just changed it. 564 is his batting average.
He's doing okay.
2-0 here to Higgs. Single, double, single, single. Do we have a signal for intentional walk?
And there was a flash that he was not being pinch hit for today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Kind of wondered if they just pull him, but no.
Newsflash. That one ground out to first. You should be happy you got a very tough out there. That'll drop his batting average down a few points. I say tongue-in-cheek, and he is officially now 4 of 5 with 2 outs here for us, North Platte in the 8th.
And a good job for Burroughs to also minimize his pitches, have a chance to maybe work into the 9th if he could find a way to get another quick one here for Oscar Stark.
Oscar Stark comes up. He only has 1 hit, but it was a double back in the 2nd inning, driving in 2. He struck out twice, and a pop-out. And Burroughs not getting the call on that. Was a close one, ball 1.
Yeah, North Platte, amazing job with 2 outs, really, when this game was in doubt early on. The 2-out singles in the 2nd. They had 3 2-out hits in the 3rd inning to plate 4 runs.
That one fouled off the right field side. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here for North Platte. They lead 10-6. Buster's able to put 5 on in the bottom of the 6th. So those of you who have hung on with us, you got a little reward there. Let's see if Blake Burroughs can reward his team by getting this guy out with a 1-2-3 inning. And that one right down Main Street. That's the right start. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Burroughs, real good location here. I really like his outing since he came in last inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Crowd making some noise here. Duncan faithful. Hastings faithful. And that one fell off, just keeping alive. Good at bat here for Oscar Stark. Stark wears the number 34. One of the infielders on the team hails from Woodland Hills, California. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Stark trying to keep the inning alive. Burroughs trying to get through. North Platte 1-2-3 here in the top of the 8th. Swung on him, it's got him, and there goes North Platte in the in the top of the 8th. Nothing doing for them here. Buster's coming back. They trail by 4. Let's get the bats going. Bottom of the 8th coming up from Duncan Field. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. You can see the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other amazing attractions and a planetarium. And visit the one and only Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum and Research Center. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Start exploring at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
Welcome back to Duncan Field as North Platte goes 1-2-3 in the 8th. We have another new pitcher here. This time is a lefty for North Platte. We'll get you a number on him in a moment. I think that's that 16 we were talking about. Brock Hendricks, is that looks like him from last night. I'm going to go with Brock Hendricks. Brock Hendricks, excuse me.
Nope.
No?
It is number 10.
10. Those uniforms are hard to tell the numbers.
Asher Hastings.
So we saw him come in and pinch run last night.
Yep.
Brought him in as a pinch hitter. So Hastings comes in the game here for North Platte. He is the 4th pitcher of the night for him. Hastings, the left-hander, big, tall, lanky kid. He's get some stats on him here momentarily. He is 6 foot 160. from Little Rock, Arkansas. No record, 12.65 ERA. This is his 9th appearance, all out of the bullpen. He's pitched 10 2/3, struck out 14, gave up 11 walks and 7 hits. Last pitched against the Sodbusters on July 11th, so just a couple days ago.
As a scoring change here, A.J. Lawson, I had him for an infield single in the 7th. They say error all the way. Remember that great effort for Aaron Harper to stop the ball, but they ended up by giving a throwing error on the play. And so not an infield single, just an error all the way as Lawson ended up at second base on that play. But the Sodbusters able to turn him away back in the 7th. So officially now 10 runs, 16 hits for North Platte. Sodbusters with 6 runs on 13 hits.
Okay. And then ends up only giving 1 hit that inning for North Platte. So for Hastings here in the 8th, down their last 6 outs, Busters were able to put 5 up last inning on some quirky plays and stuff. It'll be Nick Jones. Jones, Constantine, Duddleston. These are the guys that have been doing some stuff here. Harper also. So if we get something going here, lefty on lefty. The pitch coming up here is, inside, and it almost did it hit him? It did hit him.
Wow.
Nick Jones hit by pitch.
Thank you very much.
Let's see if they pinch run for him. Maybe they have Blake Scott that could always come in and catch.
Sodbusters trying to give this North Platte team a scare. North Platte giving them the opportunities. They kind of threw it around last inning, gave up a couple of walks, and now a hit batsman. The Sodbusters with a chance to come back here.
So Constantine comes up. This guy's been on base 4 times. You like your chances here. 3 batters have been hit by North Platte pitching here in the last 4 innings. 2 in the 5th. 0-1 here to Cam Constantine. I'm kind of surprised they're not pinch running for Jones, although he's done a good job behind the dish.
And again, if that was the tying run out there, probably. But again, you're still in the 8th inning, and the Sodbusters still down 4.
1 ball, 1 strike here to Cam Constantine from Asher. Hastings is his name. That one high and outside. Asher Hastings mentioned he's only pitched in 8 games. His ERA is a 12.65. Platte using 4th pitcher tonight, though. Here is the 2-1 offering. Swung on and missed on that one. Changeup and strike 2. So Duddleston due up next. Lemke would be to follow. Hit on the first pitch he saw was Nick Jones. Hit him in the jersey. He stands over in first base. Not being held on. Short lead for him. Pitch on the way. Constantine swings and misses on that one. Didn't look comfortable at that at bat at all. And down goes Constantine for the first time tonight. 1 out.
Nice bounce back for Asher Hastings right there. That's a big out. If the Sodbusters find a way to get 2 on, nobody out, they think the comeback is continuing. But now going to have to get things going with 1 on and 1 out.
So that brings up Sawyer Duddleston. Made a fantastic forward diving play earlier in the game. Done a good job in right field here tonight, as he usually does. Duddleston comes up with a runner on, 1 out. Busters down their last 5 outs of the game, trailing by 4 now, 10-6. Able to put 5 runs on the board last inning. That's a pop-up, and that's probably not going to get the job done. Second baseman doesn't see it, but luckily the center fielder did. Second baseman had no idea where it was, but he wouldn't have been close to it anyways, and there's 2 out.
Yep, Drew Sturgeon had it measured all the way, and that is such a helpless feeling as Oscar Starr looked up into the lights and said, I have no clue, and just hope it's not coming down on your head or falls right next to you, and you look like ridiculous out there. But fortunately for him, he had good backups there, and now 2 outs in the inning, and Matt Lemke tries to keep it going.
Lemke looking for his first hit of the night. 0 for 3. Does have a run scored. Does have a walk. 2 strikeouts though for him. I had a play like that happen in Little League. I was about 14. Fly ball to left field. Lost it in the sun. And it did bounce off my head.
Ooh.
I just got put in the game, too.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, so they pulled me out. And
they pulled you out? Oh, just because you got hit in the head? Not because you made the mistake?
Right.
Yeah.
No, not to punish me.
Yep.
1 ball, 1 strike to Matt Lemke.
Got hit in the head. Explains a lot, man. It explains a lot.
Yep, it was a long time ago. And I think the ball went pretty close to the cutoff guy, too. So
oh, wow. So it bounced that far?
Try that at home.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, don't try that at home.
Mm-hmm.
1 ball, 1 strike 2 outs, runner on here. Buster's got the first runner on to lead off the inning and a hit by pitch by Nick Jones, but Asher Hastings has gotten Constantine to strike out, Duddleston to fly out to center field. 2-1 here to Matt Lemke. So you'd like to see Buster's put another couple of runs on here just to, lessen the deficit a little bit. Here's the 2-1 from Hastings. That one fouled way behind us. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
If you felt like if you got a couple more runs this inning, you really put the pressure on North Platte. So I'd love to find a way at least get that runner home from first to make it a 3-run deficit heading into the ninth.
Yeah, when you put the pressure on, their defense has not been very good tonight. They've overthrown the ball and made some miscues, so you just got to put that pressure on. That one inside, and Hastings started making his way in the dugout. He thought he had it. Umpire said, I beg to differ.
I've already had one manager thrown out. See what if J.M. Kelly's displeased with that call. Don't hear any chirping at this point.
Payoff pitch coming up here to Matt Lemke, looking for his first hit of the night. And that one way outside. So runner on here via the walk. A lot of walks tonight given up by North Platte pitching.
Hit batsman and a walk this inning. The Sodbusters still an opportunity. Madsen had an RBI single his last time up. Another one, and you keep the chain moving and maybe pull back to within 3 right here.
5 walks given up by North Platte pitching. 3 hit batsmen. Here's Trevor Matson, came up with a big RBI single last inning. So Trevor, chance to get another one on the board here. A couple guys on base. Nick Jones on second. You have Matt Lemke on first. And now the catcher is going to go discuss it with his pitcher, how they want to approach the situation.
And you know J.M. Kelly doesn't want to use another pitcher here up by 4. When you had a 10-0 lead and your starter couldn't make it through 5, that was probably a little irritating for the head coach anyway. Now they've had to use their 4th pitcher, and the Sodbusters have at least got into the pen, and if not for tonight, maybe you also kind of change their plans for tomorrow as you try to salvage the game 3 of this series if the Sodbusters can't rally today to hopefully maybe wear on North Platte's bullpen a bit.
That's a 7-game series. 4 were played in North Platte, and Hastings won the first 2, and then the North Platte has won the next 3. And they lead this one, and there's one more tomorrow. So Trevor Madsen steps up, 2 on, 2 outs, down by 4 here in the bottom of the 8th. It's 10-6 officially is our score. Asher Hastings pitch in there for a strike. Madsen rarely swings on the first pitch. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Hastings, 4th pitcher of the night, Steve said. You had Butterfield and Humphrey, Davis, and Hastings now. 2 on here for the Busters, just looking for a little something, get a couple more runs on the plate. That one is going to get through, and they're going to wave the runner around Nick Jones. No, they're going to slam on the brakes as the left fielder came up firing. Ruffin got to it very quickly. I think that was a wise move to slam on the brakes.
And plus Ruffin plays shallow anyways. The Sodbusters, now you find yourself, if you get a little hit here, get 2 home, and the Sodbusters can cut the deficit back to 2.
Jacob Watson. No, we have a pinch hitter. Brandon Larson's going to hit.
I think it's a good move right here. Larson scuffled a bit yesterday, but here's a guy who came to the team late, and he has worked his way into a tie for first place in RBIs on the team. But Aaron Harper, you didn't think anybody was going to catch Harper the way Harper started his RBI barrage, but Larson has been huge at the plate, and here's a big RBI chance for the big left-handed hitter.
Yeah, he's been struggling a little bit as of late against the Plainsman. Had 2 hits in the first game and only 2 since, but I like the confidence going with your young guy here. See if he can get the clutch hit. Lefty versus lefty, and that one inside.
Yeah, really unconventional in terms of bringing a left-handed hitter against the lefty, but you're also kind of playing position, too. Here's a first baseman replacing a first baseman, and you get Larson in there for Watson, who was 0 for 2 on the day.
Here is the 1-0 from Asher Hastings. Bases loaded for Hastings. They trail by 4. That is a ground ball to first base. They got the hurry bobble by first baseman. Does he get there in time? And they do. Nice recovery. That was a bobble, but they did get the out, and Busters leave another 3 on base. Nothing doing there. They do have no runs on 1 hit. Yep, just 1 hit and the 3 men left in the inning. So top of the 9th coming up. It is 10-6 North Platte. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your way. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Welcome back, top of the ninth. Blake Burrows back out there. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein, and we have Caden Kreekak running our cameras as of always, almost always here for us. And Busters had a chance again, leaving another 3 runners on base. Steve, just a missed opportunity there, but you like the way Blake Burrows has been pitching.
And if you're keeping track at home, 14 stranded runners today. That would be 31 in the last 18 innings played for the Hastings Sodbusters.
31 left on base. That is
crazy. They've only been out hit 16-14 today, so we've seen 30 hits on the day, 10-6 to score, and all of the offense early for North Platte. Good job for the bullpen for the Sodbusters, particularly Grimble and Burrows. And Burrows throwing only 9 pitches last inning, trying to work up scoreless ninth here and give the Sodbusters at least a fighting chance. You would love to have seen them cash that opportunity in the 8th when they loaded the bases again, and again they strand them loaded.
So, you look at Hastings, they've had 22 hits in 2 games and scored 8 runs. 6 tonight, 2 last night. So coming up here for North Platte, Griffin Myers. It'll be Myers, Ruffin, and Lawson. 8-9-1 due up here for North Platte. First pitch in there from Blake Burrows is a strike. Blake came on the 7th inning, been doing a good job of relief here, holding North Platte. Busters just haven't been able to get the runs in. Last inning they did. He got 5 in on the 7th inning. So here is Blake Burrows' pitch. Inside out swing, right to the shortstop, Aaron Harper. 1 up, 1 down.
And Burrows has been able to get early contact from North Platte, too, to keep the pitch count down. That's one reason he's out for a 3rd inning of work.
Jaden Ruffin comes up to bat, left fielder. And he has 1 hit on the night. Ruffin is 1 of 4 with an RBI. Batting .247 on the season. And, that one almost hit him, just missed inside on hitting him anyways. He's from North Platte. So 1 ball, no strike here. Blake Burrows, 3rd inning of work. Otherwise, the defense is pretty much the same except for Brandon Larson that went into first base after pinch hitting last inning. Still have Timmy at second, Harper at short, Madsen at left field, Lemke in left, Garrett Kennedy in center, and Sawyer Duddleston in right with your catcher is Nick Jones. And as I said, Brandon Larson over at first. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch coming up from Burrows. Swung on and missed. Just hit. Here's the heater. Blew that right by him. It is 1-2. So Blake Burrows does a good job pitching. He's a good outfielder. He's really fast. But he's pitching a really good game here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. That one, not a check swing. I thought maybe they were going to check the swing, but they didn't. I don't think he went anyways. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 6:35 tomorrow. First pitch. These 2 teams again. Game number 7 of 7. And you get a couple days off of seeing North Platte before seeing him again late next week. Here at Duncan Field. 3-2 now. Steve will be flying the plane solo tomorrow. No co-pilot. That would be me. Ooh, and doesn't matter if I hit him anyways. It's ball 4. So a walk here given up by Burrows, and that is the first walk I have him giving up.
He's done a good job, been around the plate since he entered the game back in the 7th, and the unfortunate thing is now he faces the top of the order with 1 on and 1 out, and the Sodbusters down 10-6.
You get Lawson comes up there. A.J. Lawson. Lawson 1 of 4 and then fouled off. So Ruffin stands on first base after the walk. Ruffin will steal bases. He has 8. This team likes to run. We haven't seen one in a while. See if they send him. I know they're up by a few, but does take a large secondary lead, but it's 0-2 now here to Lawson.
Well, they stole the base when it was 10-0, so
Yeah.
I think they're certainly capable of stealing when it's 10-6.
There's no scruples.
That's all right. Like I said, I mean,
Yeah.
if you can
do it.
I had no problem with it at that point in the game. I mean, because they were only in the 5th. If you're in the 8th inning of a game, but we've already seen that this game kind of turned around, and how much offense is enough? Well, you figure Duncan Field 10's plenty, but the Sodbusters make it a 4-run game with still 7 outs to work, and you want to get everyone you can. So I didn't have a problem with it.
Strikes out to Lawson there for his 3rd strikeout of the night. Blake Burrows, and now he faces Drew Sturgeon. Sturgeon is 2 of 4. A single, strikeouts, and 2 hits. Run scored for him. Lefty-lefty matchup. That one outside. Looks like Burrows might be getting a little tired. He's having a hard time finding the plate this inning. There is some action in the bullpen for the Hastings right now. Just somebody kind of tossing, another guy stretching over there.
And Chris Ceballos.
Luckily, that was one of those ones you shouldn't have thrown. He had a bad grip on it, did Nick Jones, and luckily Tegan Tamayo was there to back it up, but it's probably one of those ones that shouldn't be thrown. And we talked about Ruffin possibly stealing. That's his 9th stolen base of the year.
As the pitch was a ball, stolen base, Ruffin stays at second. Like I said, Chris Ceballos, if you're him, you don't want to use another pitcher. Luke Bay has been tossed in the game and trying to find a way through the 9th here with Blake Burrows finishing up.
Burrows kicks and delivers. That one outside, and he is having a hard time finding the plate. He got Myers to ground out, line out to the shortstop to start the inning. And then he walked Ruffin. Ruffin stole second. That's where he's at right now. 3-0. He struck out Lawson, and now 3-0 here to Sturgeon. High fly ball, center field. Camping underneath it is Garrett Kennedy, and catches it. And they leave a runner on base. So there was no runs, no hits, and no errors. 1 left on base for North Platte in the 9th. Busters, do they have it in them? They're trailing by 4, 10-6. Bottom of the 9th coming up.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your wave. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors.
Not yet. There it is. Come on.
So we have a pitching change here for North Platte. Going to bring in another pitcher. That is Carlton Perkins. Steve, you got some numbers on him? Oops, sorry about that.
Making his 7th appearance is Carlton Perkins. He's thrown 18 2/3 innings, allowed 13 runs, 8 of those earned on 17 hits. He struck out 23 and walked 9. Comes in with a 1-2 record. Does have 2 saves, and not a save situation here with the 4-run lead, up 10-6. But trying to get through this 9th inning. He'll be facing 9-1-2 as North Platte trying to hang on after leading at 10-0. So the Busters have the last 6, and if nothing else, maybe that gives you a little momentum heading into tomorrow, even if they can't complete the miracle comeback today.
Yeah, a little bit of confidence. I mean, sure, it was some quirky plays where they scored some runs, but hey, it's runs, and that's the way baseball goes. It can go either way. So, they got to be happy with coming back with the 5. But I'd like to add on a couple more here at least. Tegan Tamiya going to be 9-1-2. Do up Tamiya, Kennedy, Harper scheduled here for Hastings in the bottom of the 9th against Perkins. Elton Perkins, 5th pitcher of the night for North Platte, and they've used a lot of arms in 2 nights. So, in fact, in this series, they've used a lot of arms. I haven't looked at their schedule to see where they go after they leave here. So, Tegan Tamiya comes up. Tegan, after being 0 for 2, has gone 2 for 2 his last 2 at-bats with an RBI single his last time up in the 7th. Perkins trying to close the door here. Buster's trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Speaking of 3-game losing streak, over Western Nebraska, still trailing at home 5-3 to Spearfish in the 7th. Pitch coming up here from Perkins to Tamia. First pitch swinging into right field. Teagan right after. Looking to run down the line there. He is hustling. And first pitch he saw, looking fastball, dead red, hit it into right. Nice job, and that's the way you like to start the 9th.
Plainsman, they are going to be home to the Nebraska Prospects Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then they'll get an opportunity to play the Spuds next week for a couple of games, Monday and Tuesday.
How many potato puns can you come up with on that one?
No kidding.
So, Tamia, leadoff single, brings up Garrett Kennedy. Kennedy is very, very much due. 4 strikeouts tonight. Foul out. That one hit the 3rd. This could be 2. Over to 2nd. Back to 1st. And no, they're not going to get him. He's very fast. So the fielder's choice on that one. And him and Tamia basically change places. And now there's 1 out.
And a little surprised Garrett didn't just, wait a little bit, down by 4, but he went out there with an aggressive nature. He is aboard now, but the Sodbusters really needed to get multiple base runners on. Now there's 1 on and 1 out.
Yeah, and I've been hit on the bunt, but what about the guys, it's 0 for 5. Have him put down a bunt while you send the runner. And maybe they overthrow it and the runner cuts to 3rd. I don't know. Just a thought. Aaron Harper comes up. He has 3 hits tonight. Harper, shortstop all game long. Officially batting .325 on the season. Got that average back up a little bit. Good to see. Good player for Hastings this season. I can play a little 3rd, little short, second base. Runs pretty well for a tall guy.
If it was a May-June MVP, it was Aaron Harper.
Yep.
Had virtually all the big RBIs the first few weeks of the year for the Sodbusters.
Yeah, had clutch hits when they needed them earlier when the Busters were really rolling, and Perkins didn't like the call on that one. 2-0 here to Aaron Harper. 1 down, 1 on here for the Busters. They trail 10-6, bottom 9. And getting a call on that one perhaps is a strike for Perkins. Busters were, it was 10-2. Well, it was basically 10-0 until the 5th. Busters put 1 on and then 5 on in the 7th. And for North Platte, they did all their scoring in the first 4 innings. In fact, they did it in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings. High chopper to second base. They have to hurry to get anybody. They do go to Harper to get him at first to retire him. Runner advances to second. Now there's 2 outs.
Really good decision there for Oscar Stark. No chance to get the runner at second, and it really doesn't matter whether your runner's at first or second. They need the out, and they get the out. And so runner at second with 2 outs now, and Nick Jones tries to keep it going for the Sodbusters.
Well, Nick has had a good night at the plate. I've got him 3 for 3. 3 for 4, excuse me. He has a RBI and a strikeout. Otherwise, 3 hits for him. Hit by pitch as well back in the 8th. Perkins trying to close it out here. 5th pitch of the night from North Platte. He's 1 out away from doing just that, giving Hastings their 3rd loss in a row. Exercising his back there a little bit on the mound. Not sure exactly what he's doing, but... Oh, they do call the balk on him. So runner will advance to 3rd. So free 90 feet there. Perkins, he knew it. He didn't debate it. So now he focuses on the batter, which is Nick Jones. Jones focuses on trying to get that run in, which is Garrett Kennedy at 3rd base. That one way high. And somehow Lucas Johnson about jumped out of his cleats, but came down with it. So the leadoff single from Tegan Tamia. On the first pitch he saw, then Garrett Kennedy hit the fielder's choice. They got Tamia out, and then you had Aaron Harper ground out to second base, which got Kennedy to second. And then the Bach got him over to 3rd. So 2-0 here again. Falling behind is Perkins, but he's fallen behind the last couple of batters and been able to get him out. So now 3-0. Nick Jones just stand there like a trophy. Don't swing. It's 3-0. Don't help him out. Your team's on life support in this one. And right down Burlington Avenue for a strike. He did exactly that. Came Constantine to him next, so you kind of like your chances. If you get Jones on here, Constantine's been having a really good night at the plate. And that one called a strike inside. Late movement on that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th. Busters trailing by 4. They were trailing by 10 at one point. Battled back in this one, clawing away. And swung and a miss. Helped him out on that one. That was a bad pitch to swing at. And the Busters go down, leaving another one on base. How many is that now, Steve?
That is 15.
15 left on base tonight. 16 last night. It's deja vu all over again, except for the score is a little different. All right, Busters lost 4-2 last night. They lose 10-6 tonight here at Duncan Field. We'll take a quick break and come right back. This is Sod Buster Baseball from Duncan Field.
And exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. You can see the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other amazing attractions and a planetarium. And visit the one and only Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum and Research Center. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Start exploring.
Welcome back to Duncan Field as
Visitors Bureau.
Welcome back to Duncan's Field as Hastings loses this one 10-6 to the North Platte Plainsman. And they battled back. They were able to get put 5 up there in the 7th inning, but just wasn't enough. And the bullpen did a good job holding the guys off after giving up 10 runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings. Bullpen came in and was lights out. Guys got some hits, but again, story of the night, leaving runners on base. 16 last night, 15 tonight. And it's just hard to win ball games when you leave that many runners on base, Steve.
Final line score, North Platte 10 runs on 16 hits. They commit 1 error for the Hastings Sodbusters. 6 runs, 15 hits, and 1 error. As Josh mentioned, North Platte going to get done early. 2 runs in the 2nd, 4 runs in the 3rd, 4 runs in the 4th. Sodbusters get 1 back in the 5th, and 5 in the 7th. Feel like you had a chance, but then they left the bases loaded again in the 8th. And as I mentioned, Sodbusters strand 15 today after 17 stranded base runners yesterday. North Platte stranded 10 today, and they probably aren't really happy with the way they closed, as they did not do anything after the 4th. Sodbusters losing pitcher J.T. Cafferty works the first 3 innings, allows 6 runs on 9 hits. Danny Garcia struggled his first inning, but then he threw a scoreless 5th inning, and that began a string of zeros as Liam Grimble came in and threw a scoreless 6th. And then Blake Burrows, 3 innings, throwing 40 pitches, his longest outing and arguably his best outing of the year. No runs on 2 hits allowed for him while striking out 3 for the Hastings Sodbusters. As far as some of the offensive numbers in the game for Hastings, say you have this many hits, you have 15 hits in the game. You probably ought to have more than 6 runs, but as it stands, Aaron Harper goes 3 for 5. He ended up scoring a run. Nick Jones, 3 for 5. He had an RBI. Cam Constantine, 3 for 4 on the day. Sawyer Dettleston, 1 for 4 with a run scored. Matt Lemke scored a run. A multi-hit game for Trevor Matson. He went 2 for 5, an RBI and a run scored. And Tegan Tamiya, 3 for 5, an RBI and a run scored for the Hastings Sodbusters. So that's some of the highlights for Hastings. For the Plainsmen, say a lot of offense for them early. Their starting pitcher, Butterfield, did not figure in the decision. He worked the first 4 innings. It was Will Humphrey who worked the 5th and 6th to pick up the win. And then they had 3 other pitchers come in. Davis worked 1 inning, was charged with all of the runs, 5 in that particular inning. Then Hastings came into work the 8th, Perkins the 9th to close things out. Offensively, they had a 4-hit game from Higgs, a 3-hit game from Myers, and 3 2-hit games from Sturgeon, De La Cruz, and Mcminn, as they were able to pound out 16 hits on the day and to win the contest by a score of 10-6.
Yeah, and I do like Nick Jones getting 3 hits. I do like Tegan Tamia getting 3 hits. I mean, to be the silver lining of the dark cloud or whatever. It's nice to see those guys getting the bats going. We saw it would have been nice to get Garrett Kennedy doing something, but we saw last night 4 times on base for Sam Adams. So I mean, some of the guys are starting to find some kind of groove to get going. They just can't get the runs in when they need them. They get the guys on base, and then they just can't get them in when they need them. Able to get 5 in the 7th inning there, but it was too little too late by that time. So Buster's trying to, it's a 7-game series, and they've lost 3 of them. So tomorrow will be game number 7, so Busters would like to come back and try to win that one and see what they can do here against North Platte at home before heading on the road to face Fremont. They'll see North Platte again late next week as well. So only 3 days off left in July for this team, and that's not going to be very much. So you have to rest up your pitchers. A lot of arms used tonight, but Blake Burrows did a good job, I think, out of the bullpen, holding back a very offensive team in North Platte. So it doesn't look like we're going to get a coach up here, so we will get a post-game interview recorded, and that'll be pregame tomorrow with Steve. Steve will have you 6:35 first pitch tomorrow night, as I will not be here. For Caden Kreekak, for Steve Stein, this is Josh Salmon signing.